The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
You know, there's nothing I like more than a nice auction. And horror auctions are at the top of that list. I love a good horror auction. And Prop Store, which is an online company, is going to be having this huge ass horror prop auction going on from November 9th to November 11th in the UK. And these guys have got a shit ton of really awesome stuff. Michael Myers' Halloween Resurrection mask from 2002, the actual mask that Brad Loree wore. Freddy Krueger's razor finger glove from A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors. That sucker's going for anywhere between $27,000 to $41,000. And, Wolfie, here's something for you. A full-size Santy display figure from the Devil's Backbone. Estimated value around $20. And Freddy Krueger's hat from Freddy vs. Jason should fetch somewhere between $20,000 to $27,000. And there's a whole bunch of other things. The original Lament configuration from Hellraiser. The actual Lament configuration from Hellraiser. Who the hell wouldn't want that? I want that. So would anybody mind letting me borrow $21,000? I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Welcome all you little zombies. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 483 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous podcast and is recorded in front of an undead studio audience here at Castle Wolfenstein. Also in the Lair of Lost Swag within the Raven Chateau. Also in... What is this fucking thing?
Know where I
The
live.
Red Light District.
Casa de Zero.
We'll call it the Red Light District tonight. Casa de 50 in the Red Light District. Ooh. You digging that look, Raven Shadow?
I mean, aside from Monster Zero, everything about Monster Zero is great in that.
And we also are broadcasting from the Lair of the Gods as his 30-year-old computer crashed on him right before the show. Aries,
Aries, please.
Yeah, you got to get off
Reboot
that.
your rabbits.
You got to get off that ColecoVision.
Speak and spell 90.
Yeah, Windows 95, speak and spell. Whatever it is. It works.
No, it's the Atom computer. Remember the Atom? Remember the Atom computer back in the mid-'80s?
I don't actually. The Atom computer?
Atom, A-D-A-M.
Okay,
Atom
A-D-A-M.
computer. A-D-A-M, like the name. Like your brother's name.
Yep.
I remember it went for like, let me see how much. I think it was like, the thing that was special about it was that it was specially priced, and it could do all the things that a regular computer at that time could do. I think it was going for like $500 or $400, something like that. And I remember I went to Zayre's and I wanted to buy an Atom computer, and they were selling them for like $250, and sadly they all sold out.
Aww.
Womp womp. Yeah, I went home.
Oh, that was the Coleco.
I went
Okay.
home.
Yeah, I do remember the Coleco computer.
And was it a Coleco
Yeah.
product? I don't know what it was. And so instead I went home, and instead I got the Atari 400. Piece of crap.
The 400. I don't know if
Yeah.
I remember that one. Atari 400.
The Atari 400 was
Holy
all
shit. Yep. Okay.
The Atari 400 was basically just a keyboard where you could plug video games into, and it was like a wipe away keyboard. It wasn't like your typical standard keyboard. It was just like one flat surface where you could type, and that thing was a piece of garbage too.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know anyone that had an Atari 400, so I was 2600. That was my first foray.
Yeah, mine too.
Atari 400.
And there was a 50. Yeah, it's pathetic looking, isn't it?
It
With a
kinda
nice
is.
big brown keyboard, and I remember that.
Oh man, so we're off to a great start. Let me let folks know what we're doing this evening. So tonight we're going to be talking about the film The Night House from director David Bruckner. We'll talk a little bit more about David Bruckner later, but we reference him somewhat recently because he will be directing the Hellraiser film that's currently in pre-production. So I'm sure that will come up a little bit later, but that's kind of interesting. So far, we've done a few of David Bruckner's works, and for the most part, I think we've reviewed them fairly positively. So looking forward to discussing this movie with you guys and also with the listeners. If any of them want to get their thoughts in about The Night House, you can send them to the email podcast@trickortreatradio.com. As always, we prefer voice messages. We like hearing your voices, but if you prefer, you could also send an email. Just write it out. Whatever you prefer. And then if we have voice messages, we'll play those in the tail end of the show. And let's see. I guess that sets the scene, Raven Shadow. Is that did I paint a picture for you?
Oh, you were like fucking the Leonardo da Vinci of podcasting right there, man. You had like your verbal brush was flowing and dipping in all the paint.
Wow. Is that a good
Affects
thing?
you, right?
That does.
Yeah,
that
man.
does affect me.
Thank you.
It affects me too. I'm a little nauseous.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So it's almost Halloween. You guys excited? Wow,
I mean,
the excitement is palpable. I can feel the excitement coming
I
through.
guess not.
Holy shit, you guys. Calm the fuck down.
Well, a lot of what we normally do Halloween has been canceled, so it's kind of hard to get like excited.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I don't know. I still don't like venture out much, so I don't get to do the things that I enjoy to do around Halloween. So
What do you enjoy doing?
I like going to haunted houses,
Well, you did.
and I don't
you
feel like
did-
going to haunted houses with a bunch of screaming people.
You did help build one this year. Isn't that enough, Aries?
I did help, yes. No,
Yeah.
because that's not really a haunted house.
True.
It's a spooky maze because
it's a
it isn't designed to scare anyone.
Right. But the kids like it, right?
The kids love it. Oh yeah, and that's why I love doing it.
There's been some great praise I've seen on the Haunted Hollando Facebook page. I see praise for it all the time. So what you guys have done is awesome. I mean, obviously Tiny White started it a few years back, and he does a haunted maze in his yard, and it's grown quite a bit. Obviously, I can't just drive down there anymore because I'm about 400 miles away or something. But have you been while there are people there this year, Aries?
Oh yeah, I go whenever I can to be the bouncer at the maze as well.
I would not fuck with you.
Take care of some little rapscallions in case
Yeah.
it causes any trouble.
Yeah, little like 4-year-old kids are just cowering. You're the scariest thing there.
Oh yeah, no, they're just. It's great when I can stand still and a kid like stares at me and like trying to figure out if I'm real. And they can just move. And they
He's
get,
not.
get
Kid,
nervous.
kid, he's not real.
Well, the kid's not the only one who feels that way.
Yeah. That's hilarious. So yeah, that's really exciting though. I wish that I was able to attend it this year, but obviously with still not feeling great about traveling, so it unfortunately won't be this year, but hopefully next year. It'd be awesome to come back up there and check out the maze and and all that stuff. But yeah, Tiny does a great job of putting it all together. And I've seen some of the animatronics he's done this year. He's fucking madman.
He's outdone himself this year, especially with the swamp effect.
Yeah.
With the smoke and the lasers creating a film looks like water. He's unbelievable. I am happy to be a small part of what he has created.
I wonder if we can get like a. Do you know if he's taken like a high quality video walkthrough of it this year?
Night one, he did a walkthrough. I did see him doing that, but that was before we were done. Like,
oh, okay.
Like, because of how he works and how I work, nothing can be ever done. So
right.
Being overly perfection with small things and not being able to get other things done. So it wasn't really up to par. Like even this coming Friday, he's going to be adding a new animatronic.
Wow.
The last weekend, he's still adding to it.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll do a walkthrough this week and post it, where a majority of the stuff will be up and running.
That would be awesome. I can't remember if we did this last year, but I would love to play that on our Halloween show, a walkthrough of Haunted Holando, because, it's not like people from, that most people that listen to the show probably won't be able to, go and check it out because it's in, central Massachusetts. So, we have listeners in Australia. Like, I don't think anyone's flying to go to the Haunted Maze, but yeah, that would be cool. Maybe I'll hit up Tiny and see if he can do like a walkthrough of the latest and greatest.
Yeah, well, I'll be down there on tomorrow night. So at the very least, I'll try to get a walkthrough and send it to you.
Okay, yeah, that'd be awesome. So very cool. What else is going on? So Halloween's coming up. That means we have an extra special Halloween special. And so we are going to be going live on Saturday night, Devil's Night. We're going to be going live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll go for about 2 hours or so. And then we'll take a little break. And then after, Raven Shadow is going to host the Devil's Night after party.
Oh man, we're getting fucking toe up from the floor up, drinking candy corn syrup, baby. We're gonna be fucking.
You don't want candy corn syrup. That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it is. That's not good. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've had in my mouth. So I mean,
today.
I guess today even, yeah.
So that's what we're gonna be doing. We'll be doing a live show, and one of the things that we're gonna do, I haven't been good about getting the word out there yet. But what we're gonna do is, last year we did kind of this cool thing where we did the night. This is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas. We did a sort of reading of it, and all of the patron supporters contributed lines. And I want to do something similar this year. So I'm gonna send out the call. I'm going to put out the bat signal, so to speak, and put it out there. And I would love to hear from our patron supporters to have them recite a few lines. So just keep an eye out for an email, or either in Discord or through Patreon. And if folks are interested, I'll go ahead and send you some lines. And we'll do something like we did last year. So Raven Shadow already sent me his. You are ahead of the game, Raven Shadow. This is a first.
I am ahead of the game, and I sent you. I sent you two.
You did. You sent me
ahead
two.
of the game, but behind the time.
I was getting. Well, I don't like it. I was getting poem anxiety because it was, typical fashion. It's been a fucking shitty week. You know what I mean? But I'm like, all right, I got to fucking record the fucking poem for the event, for the extra special Halloween special.
Poem.
The poem, yeah. The poem to the poem. Also, Oliver and I have been in the cave downstairs, like, Batman in the Batcave, trying to figure out what's going on with Monster Zero. And I'm very confident we figured it out. Like, unlike Bruce Wayne, this is the short Halloween. We figured it out in 2 episodes. so I know exactly what's going on over there. I won't out you, but I know what you're doing.
What am I doing? No,
You're doing-
if you want to out me, go ahead and out me, because I'm dying to find out what you're thinking.
Oh yeah,
too.
please do it then.
I've been listening to some episodes because I went on them, but you're moving, and my thought is where?
He's moving to Maine. There's no doubt about it in my mind.
He-
We've all known that.
You really moving to Maine?
Is that the question? Am I moving to Maine?
Yes.
That's your question? Am I moving to Maine?
Are you moving to Maine?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew
That's
like a month ago. Why do you think he went? Like the only reason people go to the same place to vacation within like 2 or 3 weeks apart is for something like that. So, worst kept secret.
Oh no, actually no. Actually, the fact that we went twice within a month's time or whatever it was, it had nothing to do with that. Actually, it had to do with just getting away, getting out of here, for a while.
Well, you're getting out of there for forever.
At some point next year, probably around the end of June, or during the month of June, I should say, moving to Maine.
Raven Chow, you'll never be.
Hey guys.
Yeah, never be in the studio at the same time ever again.
This is stupid. This is dumb. Is it because you love caterpillar poison so much? Like why? So
They must have.
right, so
they must have poisoned his mind.
Yeah, it's like the fucking, what do you call it? The Puppet Masters, the movie one or the book one.
Oh,
They made
this,
yeah, they've
what's the
infected
theorem?
him.
This.
Yeah,
MZ's a Langolier.
that does. You are Langolier. That's stupid. Your mother's here. Your brother's here.
Wait. MZ. Do you want to move to Maine? You're happy about moving to Maine?
I'm not gonna mind it.
You're not gonna
mind it. It's
congratulations. Congratulations. I am happy for you.
Wow.
I am not going to guilt you into that. We're never going to be in the same room together. We will see each other when you come down for conventions and whatnot. We will see each other. We will spend quality time when you come down. I am happy that you are doing something you want to do.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you,
and I'm looking forward to it. I've been living in this town, since 1977.
Yeah,
so
it's about time to get out. Get the fuck out now. Move now. Stop the show. Stop what you're doing and move out right this moment. You've been there way too long.
Yeah, right.
That's true. You've never moved out of the town. You have moved, around, but you've been in the same town.
Yes. Been in the same town since 77. Before that, I lived in Worcester. On Florence Street in Worcester, actually. But this is we're right now we're eyeballing somewhere around South Portland.
Oh,
because
Portland's cool.
Where I work, yeah, it's about a 2-hour drive from where I am right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be that far away, and because South Portland has the business that I'm in right now, has I work for a company called Annixter, or Wesco actually, and they have a place in South Portland. So right now we're looking at South Portland.
All right, Raven Shadow, you're bummed out, man.
Yep, I think it's dumb, and I'm gonna curse it.
You're gonna curse it. Like,
by the way, Raven Shadow, I'm gonna need my Monster Zero figure back before I leave.
Yeah, we gotta come over to the house and record in the studio.
I just might do that.
There's got to be.
Anyway, but I mean, yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back in time for like cons and shit, you know. So, you know, it's not the last time you'll see me. Trust me.
Will you
Unless I get mauled by a moose or something, you know.
Jesus. All right. Well, got high hopes for Maine, don't you? Oh man, Raven Shadow's fucking pissed, and Aries is just happy for you, and I'm happy for you too, MZ, because
I think.
you need to get the fuck
Thank
out
you.
of there.
I think Aries is happy that I'm leaving. I'm leaving him.
You're way too close to me right now.
Yeah,
3 miles is way too close.
Aries should be pissed that he's leaving you with Raven Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the last two. You're the last two.
Stupid.
But this is something that we've been talking about for some time now, a couple of years.
Well, you fucking love Maine. You fucking
right.
love Maine.
I do like Maine. I do.
You know, it's
a nice place. It really is.
I think you better let Stephen King know ahead of time though, so we can extend that what is it? The restraining order. Thank you. I was going to say restriction, but I know it's not it. Oh man.
You know, I mean, it's a little rednecky for me.
But yeah, especially north of Portland.
Once I hit the cities, yeah, Portland, it should be fine. You know, going to Old Orchard Beach. I've been to Old Orchard Beach before. It's nice there. You know, it's not all, you know, hillbillies and inbreds. So it should be fine.
So you love the Hills Have Eyes that much? You want to be around redneck fucking people more? Okay.
Sure.
No, I'm just upset. I'm upset.
I love the Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, Raven Shadow.
I love how your room is in shambles, yet that is still in arm's reach.
I know.
A random pull.
Oh yeah.
Raven Shadow, you're pissed, bro.
Right here.
Raven Shadow, you're pissed, bro, aren't you?
Yeah. So if Monster Zero leaves and Johnny has to come back, that's fair, right?
Minimum of 3 people should be living in this state.
That makes sense to me.
Should I ruin his world and release that I'm thinking about moving into an undetermined location?
Oh,
don't fucking get me.
Fuck.
You're too fucking. All right, assisted living, fine. Yeah, you want to go to the fucking
assisted living?
Assisted living.
It's plenty in your town, in our former town.
Oh, maybe Aries is gonna come down to my area near his kid.
Yeah.
Or come up to my area.
Nah, he won't go up there.
Maybe next door.
I'd rather live in Maine than Jersey.
Oh, is that your kid's in Jersey? I thought it was in PA.
He's in Jersey, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's got a Jersey license, Jersey plates. I'm not happy when he comes to visit now.
Aries, I'm
sorry.
A
vehicle sit out front with Jersey tags on it.
You should have him park down the road. Evil Corny says MZ.
Well, I mean,
Corny says MZ pee in Raven Shadow's bathtub, so he'll have a good memory of you.
Yeah.
And then he said
Maine, I'll record it.
And he'll record it, yeah. And then he also said Maine-a-sippy, like Mississippi, but Maine-a-sippy. It's not too dissimilar from Mississippi, I'm sure. At times.
That's a stretch, dude.
What was the other thing?
Yeah, and the winter's going to be really shitty up there, but no. See how it goes.
Come down here, man. The winters are fucking mild. They're nice.
Yeah, I bet they are. I bet they're really nice.
So enough about the fucking weather. There's something else I wanted to bring up. I don't remember. Raven Shadow's really bummed out right now, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm very upset. We should talk about some.
You want to talk about your feelings, Raven Shadow?
No, I'm not happy. Not happy. I like it. I like change.
Yep, by this time next year, I'll be in Maine.
Perfect.
Are you retiring?
Yeah.
No,
You-
I'm not retired.
You're getting up there.
He wants to
Not
fucking.
retire. I don't plan to retire for another 20 years. I'm going to keep going till I'm 70.
Good luck.
Oh, you look the Tom Brady of lifting boxes. Look at you.
Tom Brady of lifting boxes.
Keep going, baby. Like that.
Oh, shit. Oh, one other thing I wanted to bring up. This is most of you guys probably don't care, but you've all heard of Ring of Honor, right?
Yes.
Wrestling. Well, Ring of Honor just announced that they are basically going on hiatus. At the end of the year, they're stopping shows for several months, and they're going to refactor their product and come back in April. And they're also releasing all of their wrestlers from contract. So it's basically like they're basically letting go of all the wrestlers. And I just don't see how that, like, who's going to fucking wrestle for them when they come back in April, you know? Like, so it's kind of a sad thing because, you know, I think, I don't know if you did Raven Shadow, and maybe not even MZ, but I'm pretty sure Aries, you went to some Ring of Honor shows, didn't you?
Oh
With us?
yeah.
So we went to some Ring of Honor shows back in the day. Me and Mars used to go a lot. They've come to like Boston or Lowell or maybe I'm trying to think. I
Down
don't
in
think Connecticut, yeah. And then we used to drive to like Jersey and Philly and stuff. So, but yeah, it's kind of a sad thing. I mean, especially if they don't come back, because a lot of people fear that they just may not come back. So I don't know. It's kind of sad. Just worth mentioning. You know, a lot of the big stars in wrestling right now, Seth Rollins, Claudio Castagnoli, or I guess his name's Cesaro now, Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Cole Cabana, Adam Cole, a bunch of others, really kind of cut their teeth there and made a name for themselves before, you know, moving up to WWE or AEW or whatever. So yeah, it's kind of a go ahead, Ram Shadow. What?
Samoa Joe too, right? Didn't Samoa Joe?
Samoa Joe. Yep, absolutely. There was a bunch. Christopher Daniels, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. But yeah, there was a bunch, and even the Young Bucks. They were like right before AEW. They were signed to Ring of Honor, and they had a good run there. So yeah, so there's it's one of those things. Is kind of sad. While it's great that AEW has been doing really well, but like maybe there's sort of like, in a sense, edging out some of the competition that was about their level. Like I would say Ring of Honor was maybe a step below Impact or TNA. What it used to be TNA, now it's Impact. Like maybe a step below for a while, and then they kind of got up to that point, and now it feels like maybe they're kind of falling back a little bit. But I think it's kind of because of COVID as well, because they weren't doing live shows. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Kind of sad, but we'll see what happens with it. But if it is going to be gone, that's kind of shitty. But yeah, some good memories there. Also, Kenny Omega. First time I saw Kenny Omega was in a Ring of Honor ring. Kota Ibushi, saw his first show ever in America, I believe it was, or first tour. I don't remember if it was actually their first show, but yeah, but a lot of really cool stuff that happened. So just worth bringing up. Kind of a sad thing.
So, Wolfie, do you think if those folks are all let go, do you think they will go to maybe Billy Corgan's company? He has the new NWA, right?
Yeah, he's got NWA. There's also MLW, and then there's New Japan Strong, which is their American brand. So I mean, there's a lot of places they could go that's not WWE or AEW. So there's still a lot of room, and I'm sure a lot of those big talents will get scooped up, and I'm sure AEW will pick up a couple. Maybe WWE, I don't know, but they're not really looking for indie talent these days. They're looking elsewhere for big dudes. So
big side of beef, pal. Yeah, they're doing really well with it. Yeah.
Although MZ's favorite wrestler, Danhausen, is a free agent now. You're a big fan of Danhausen, aren't you, MZ?
He's a hot shit. He is. He's a hot shit. He's funny. He cracks me up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not a great wrestler by any stretch, but he's a comical one.
Yeah.
And even though, as I've gotten older, I've kind of grown to appreciate the more serious side of wrestling rather than the goofy side of it.
Yep.
He's an entertaining character, and I think he would be a very entertaining character if you took the wrestling aspect of him out of it and like make him into a comic book character. Under what regard, I have no idea. I mean, but I think the idea of the Danhausen character is very, very entertaining.
Yeah. Have you seen him, by the way, Raven Shadow, Danhausen?
I don't think I'm familiar. No.
He wears face paint, like white, with like black sort of accents and stuff like that. You'd probably, if you saw a picture, you might recognize him.
Yeah, picture like a King Diamond. Picture him being like King Diamond's kid, if as a visual form. Yeah,
I'm sure. But there's a lot of. I'm sure I have seen him. It's not Darby Allin.
Well, there's videos of him like visiting comic book stores and wrestling stores on YouTube. Check them out.
Yeah.
He is a riot. He is very, very funny.
He's a big.
Cool. He always refers to himself in third person, and
he's a huge nerd too. Yeah.
Really nice. Danhausen.
Danhausen, yeah, it's one word.
Oh no, like little Danny Hausen up the street.
Danny Hausen.
or when he does open box videos and
yeah,
he's a hot shit.
So, trying to think what else, if there's anything else going on. I don't think there's any big goings on this week, but
let me try to steer this wrestling conversation towards horror.
Please.
Has anyone checked out the Escape the Undertaker video on Netflix?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Yes, I have.
You know what? For what it is very entertaining. Because it's very, it's the kayfabe world of wrestling, and New Day is trying to steal the Undertaker's urn.
Yep.
And it is a choose your own adventure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Black Mirror.
Yeah, Bandersnatch. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, Bandersnatch. Yeah, and I tried it once, and once was enough. It's got a lot going for it. Amazingly, the production value of that is very, very low. It looks very cheap, and WWE is not the kind of company to go cheap on anything. But this just screams cheap.
Well, see, I thought this kind of screamed backstage footage.
I never got that at all. I mean, Undertaker's kind of fun, but the whole New Day thing just grows old real fucking fast. I mean, the whole choose your adventure thing is a great idea, and I wish more filmmakers would get behind doing that. It's fun, it's entertaining, but if you don't make it through, if you fail your mission, you go back quite a bit, and then you got to deal with New Day crap all over again. And
New Day crap.
I don't know. I mean, as successful as the New Day was being tag champs, they held on to the belts consecutively longer than Demolition. Is that true?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Still, I mean, it's against the Undertaker, for Christ's sake. It just feels like such a mismatch. 3 against 1, yeah, okay, but it's 3 against 1. It's New Day gets Undertaker. I mean, it just feels like a complete mismatch to me.
I love that.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of it.
I love that MZ's handicapping this. We should have him do like betting odds on wrestling matches.
But I mean, that's the whole point of it. And the fact that they're trying to steal the urn and they split up and they're just, I don't know. I thought it was just a lot of fun. It just came across to me as the quality of the footage came across as the backstage storytelling of old school wrestling. And that is what I love about the old school wrestling, is a lot of what happened behind the scenes. And New Day is a fun group.
Yeah.
I actually was a little disappointed with the amount of New Day that was in this. They are the main group, but you don't get the New Day. Like, they're not themselves throughout the whole thing. Like, they could have done a lot more with them and made it a lot more fun, because New Day is a fun group.
I mean, they do get to split up, and you get to decide if you want to be with, if you want to, hang out with Big E or Xavier Woods or Kofi Kingston, and it shows, they got to face their fears. And I was doing one. I forget who was it. I think it was Big E. I think I picked Big E, and I think his head was encased in a box filled, a clear plastic box filled with spiders. And there's spiders like crawling all over his head, and real spiders too, not CGI shit, but like real spiders just like crawling all over his face and shit. And it's like, okay, it's goofy, but it's fun. And it's never like, mean spirited or anything. It's just a goofy good time. But I never completed it. I failed it. I tried it once, I failed it, and I'm like, yeah, that's enough for me.
It could have been a proof of concept too. Maybe that's why, if the budget didn't seem as big as you'd expect, could have been more of a proof of concept of like, hey, let's do this and see how it does.
No, I got to ask, Andy, did you try to fail it?
Oh no! I tried to pass.
Really?
I tried. Yeah, and at the very end, I thought I did, and then like, I don't know how many steps there are after the place where I failed, but I felt like I was really towards the end. I thought I passed it, and then it turns out that I didn't, and then it sends you back about, say, like you're at like the 98% point. It sends you back all the way to, say, like the 30% point. They send you way back.
Oh yeah. Well, because I kind of thought it was idiot proof.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. And then when you complete it, it gives you the option of making a new decision towards the end to get back into it. So I changed my decision, and then it reset me, like you said, to the 30% point, and I'm like, okay, I don't have time for this, and I turned it off. But like some of the decisions it doesn't matter, it's just a matter of the story, whether you see Big E's fear or someone else's fear. But some of the other decisions seem poignant to the story, but they just seem like, do you want to go towards the monster or run away from the monster? It's like, it seemed like that type of decision to me. So that's why I was surprised when you failed.
Well, I'm a big dummy anyway. So.
Yeah,
you big dummy.
Yeah.
Apparently, you always want to run towards the monster.
Yeah, look at having the Lamont configuration.
Lamont.
Yeah,
Lamont.
you big dummy.
But I highly recommend anyone to check this out. It's a fun little thing. You can probably bang through it in about 30 minutes. It's a PG horror story, so if you have kids, the kids can do it. It's just kind of a fun little treat.
Yeah, it's an okay little time waster.
Speaking of an okay little time waster, I'll just breeze through this quick because we talked about it on the last Force Insensitive show. But we did the Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales, and it was actually way better than I expected. I've never seen any of the Lego Star Wars stuff, but they spoofed a bunch of movies. They spoofed The Lost Boys. They spoofed Twilight Zone. They spoofed
Oh, really?
like Frankenstein. Yeah, like they did a bunch of like spoofs. It was really pretty funny. So and also
Is that-
there was a Shining joke in there as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was pretty fun. There was like 4 shorts. It's kind of an anthology in a sense. There's one called you guys know the monkey's paw. Well, it was called the Wookiee's paw, which I thought was pretty fucking funny.
Oh, God.
But no, it's worth a watch. It's on Disney Plus.
Wow, this is fucking hardcore fucking Halloween discussions. We got fucking
Hardcore kids stuff.
Undertaker, Lego Star Wars specials. I fucking watched. We watched the Muppets fucking Haunted Mansion
Oh, yeah.
too.
I watched
Wow.
that as well.
Sucks.
Well, you do realize we're all old as fuck, and a lot of people that listen to the show is old as fuck and have kids. So we got to open it up to everyone.
No, this sucks.
Yeah.
We have to get back together. If no one's moving anymore, we're gonna do the studio
Holy Jesus
show.
Christ.
Yeah, going to Rock and Shock, and this sucks. We get fucked up. This is what we're doing now. Legos, Muppets, do that. Fuck. Sucks.
Hey, you know what? I'm sorry to introduce this to you in your mid-40s, but welcome to adulthood.
Oh, I'm in my prime, baby.
Oh, he's not. He's not in adulthood yet. MZ's 50.
He
and he's not
keeps
even,
resisting every chance he gets.
yeah, and MZ's
Damn.
50, and he's not even fucking in the same zip code as adulthood. He's hoping maybe he finds it in Maine.
That might be there for all I know. I don't know.
So, all right, we'll start to wind things down here because I want to get into the film discussion. But also wanted to let folks know that we released a new Patreon episode. Patreon episode number 26, we began to do a retrospective on the legendary John Carpenter. And what we did was we broke it up into 2 episodes, and we've released the first part already. Second part will be released in the coming days. I don't want to overwhelm people with too much content, so I'll probably put it out a little bit maybe in November, because I want to give people time to listen to the first one, and we got the Halloween show coming up, so just a lot going on. But I want to give it a little room to breathe. But yeah, so we did our retrospective on John Carpenter, and in part 1, we kind of talked about his career, his filmography, and his influence on the genre. So we talked a lot about that and kind of talked in not in great detail about his filmography, but we did talk about it because we do in part 2 we dive a little bit deeper into some of his films. So we thought that was a good way to go about doing it, just kind of talk about the man and his legend, and it was a lot of fun. So we already got some feedback. I actually don't have it in front of me, but our boy Gene Spalding had commented and said that he really dug the retrospective. So we appreciate the feedback, and hopefully you guys dig it. And if you want to see more retrospectives and that sort of thing in the future, jump on in for Patreon if you're not already a supporter. And you'll get access to all of the Patreon episodes. There's 26 at this point, and soon to be 27. And there's a whole host of other features that you can get by becoming a Patreon supporter. First and foremost, after the episodes, is the blackout tapes coming up on Devil's Night. You have to be a Patreon supporter to be involved in the blackout tapes, and you just got to be in the lowest tier. So, as we say, the cover charge, Raven Shadow, is small, $2. If you want to give more, you can, but it's at least $2, right, Raven Shadow?
Right. That's a tip going to the bar buying around.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. You buy your drinks and you leave fucking $2 behind. Aries, is that a good tip? $2?
Oh, tip. I thought you said tit. Yeah, that's a good tip. Yep.
Okay, good.
I thought he was going to a different type of bar. I don't know.
It's a great deal. It's Lane Meyer gets 2 weeks worth of newspapers for that amount.
It's true. That's absolutely true. So, yeah, so for as little as $2, you can get in on that. And, you can have access to the Blackout Tapes after party, which will be on Saturday, October 30th, Devil's Night. Probably around 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, somewhere around there. It'll be a little after we wrap up the Halloween show. So, as you know, it may not be... We may not end right at 10. We're going to aim to end at 10, but it might float over a little bit. So, but join the Discord. If you're not already there, you can go ahead and join the Discord. And you can find the link wherever you listen to this podcast. The link will be available, whether it's on YouTube, on our website, trickortreatradio.com, whether it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. We're not on Pandora anymore, Raven Shadow, apparently. Did you hear that news?
Fuck Pandora.
Yeah. So apparently...
Pandora doesn't like you, Raven Shadow.
Yeah, you're too hot for Pandora. They removed you.
I am? Fuck Pandora. Why, really? Well, fuck them.
Well, yeah, because actually Marianne asked me about it. She's like, she had posted in the Discord and said that we weren't showing up anymore. So I dug a little bit into it and saw that we were removed for copyright strike, which is funny because we probably got a copyright strike for playing music from the band that I'm in that we have permission to use.
Right.
So yeah, so
Fucking
I'm gonna try to see if I mean, not that many people listen to us on Pandora. I know Marion enjoys listening to us there. But we'll see. I'll see if I can kind of appeal to them and just let them know that we have permission and I'm actually in the band. So we'll see if that does anything. But anyways, we're available on all the other platforms. And you can find a link to Discord in the show notes. Just scroll down. We have a whole list of links where, there's a link to the Patreon, to the Discord, to send an email, to our website, all those. And there's some other affiliate links in there for Amazon and everything. So, and also you can find our Facebook group and all of our social media in there as well. So just look for that because I could tell you the link. It's discord.gg/ETE79ZK. Right, Raven Shadow? You got that?
It's ETT7.
See, exactly. No one's going to remember that. So just go to the notes and click on the link. Evil Corny has a question. He wants, was Raven Shadow keeping my swag so that I would have went back and stay with him?
Yes.
That's a good thought, yeah. I don't think he thought that far in advance, but yeah.
After about
I'm
4
not saying
months, you probably were like, oh, well, if I keep it longer, Corny has to come back and get it.
No, I keep trophies.
Oh, Jesus, that sounds fucking creepy.
That's weird. That's a little weird. Yeah, that's not true. But no, I don't like change.
Where's my mug?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't see my mug. Is that
right
still
here.
there? Okay. I'll have to break in and come grab that.
Yeah, no, all you know. Get it right here. I'm keeping it warm for you.
You probably don't have to do that much to break in, Aries.
No, I'm fairly certain I can break into his place, no problem.
You could just unscrew his door like you did before.
Just come over, Aries. If I invite you, will you come over on a Friday night and maybe we could just be like grown-ups and just kind of hang out together?
Yeah, not this Friday though.
Oh, this Friday, no, it's just going up. Maybe like
come to the maze.
Yeah, go to the maze, Raven Shadow.
Will not. Okay.
You know what? It just dawned on me. I think I know why Raven Shadow wants you to hit his house all the time, Aries. Because he can't get his mother all the time to go pick up beer and cigarettes for him, so he's trying to get you to do it.
I am not Uber Eats. I don't deliver.
I love Aries.
Is Aries eats.
Aries, yeah.
He eats your food on the way
Aries,
to deliver.
come on down. Hey, can you stop? I get cigarettes on the way.
No, I just want to hang out. Believe it or not, I want to hang out with you, you fucking mutant. I have something for you too. I bought. Actually, I do have something for you that you have no fucking idea when I give it to you to even know what to expect.
What? That
Yeah,
just blew my
Middle
mind.
Yeah. See? And I got art drawings from Tim from Melbourne to give you guys.
Well, say that shit. I mean, on the air you go, come over. We don't know if you're fucking serious. You need to fucking actually like legitimately say, come over on Friday night. We'll have wine and cheese. Like, be a fucking adult.
Wine
I
and
would like
cheese.
that.
Yeah. I need an invite.
All right.
Evil Corny says he's gonna tie Aries up and have the real blackout tapes. Whoa.
All right.
That got dark.
Oh.
That got dark quick.
Ooh.
If you think I can tie Aries up,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's cute, Corny. It's never gonna happen though.
I appreciate the
vote of confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aries, does it smell like chloroform?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my new cologne, Aries. Want to smell? Chloroform.
Aries, you want some jacket razapam? There you go.
You know what's funny, Raven Shadow? You guys remember my demon's name is Nerve Wrecker, right? Wesley Willis.
Yeah.
So I don't know why this randomly popped in my head. I thought of Wesley Willis, and I started singing one of his songs the other day to T-Dog, and she's like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, have I not shown you Wesley Willis?" And she's like, "I don't know who that is." And I was like, "Holy shit!" So I pulled out the Howard interview, and we watched. First of all, I showed her. I said, "Got on my nerves." That's what I said, and she's like, "Did you say nerves?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, so I told this story, and then we got into talking about Batman got on my nerves. He was running me amok. He called me an asshole.
He was a fucking asshole.
But he was a fucking asshole.
Bat.
So then I went into explaining who he was and about his demon Nerve Wrecker, and so we watched the Howard interview on YouTube, and it was beautiful.
My demon's name is Nerve Wrecker.
Oh, if you guys, what's that?
Wesley Willis was a paranoid schizophrenic that played a lot of rock songs with his little Casio keyboard.
Oh, you know what? What actually prompted me to say that though is Howard asked what drug he was on, and he said lorazepam. So
did he really?
Yeah, so he takes lorazepam.
Maybe rest in peace, but he should have taken a lot more.
So there you go. That's something you and Wesley Willis have in common.
That's good. Yeah. He did give Mars a coconut crunch.
All right. So we were talking about Patreon. And so give it a look, patreon.com/trickortreatradio. And as I said, blackout tapes coming this Saturday. And I'm gonna try something new with Discord. This will be the first time I'm trying it. So depending on tech issues, we may try a more interactive live show for the extra special Halloween special. So, and I'm going to try to do that through Discord. So if you're going to check it out, maybe hang out on Discord and look for some information there, because I'm going to try and do something a little different. We'll see if it works out. I don't know. Like, first time trying it. That's why Gene Siskel and his balding head asked me. There's a TBD room on Discord right now, and that's what it is. I've been kind of messing around with it. So we'll see. But people can get involved. The cool thing about it's like a Discord stage, and basically we would be on stage, but we can have other people. Like, I can unmute people and have them come in and join and then ask questions or hang out or add something to the conversation. So that could be kind of cool, right, Raven Chat? I know you've been looking for something like that.
Yeah, no, interact with us, please.
Marion says, "Hey, Raven Shadow, now that the casts of Trick or Treat Radio have scattered, can you let Johnny zoom in on you?"
You don't want to be zoomed in on. You want to actually have the camera get closer to you.
Now I want you guys to get closer to me. No, I'm better far away.
Is this better?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, no, those eyes. Look at that beard. No, it's nice. Oh shit. This
Yeah,
is
there you go. We're close.
good. How's
We
that?
see you.
How's that? in your teeth, honey?
Look where you started. Oh God, get those
Oh.
DSLs out of
Not
there.
sure- not sure what that is. Oh, that's like oh,
Oh God.
I in my mouth a little.
Oh, that was
That was like-
horrifying.
That was the skankiest intro to rock
Yeah,
and
what the
roll.
hell? It's Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that the Rocky Horror.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh no.
I
Oh.
hope rain was still the day the earth stood still.
Oh.
But he told us where we stand.
It's kind of good though. It's kind of sexy.
Kind of sexy.
No, there was no kind of and no
No.
sexy involved in
No.
any of that.
No.
Entertaining, yes. No sexy at all.
0%.
Damn, I'm honored that you even found that entertaining.
0% sexy.
What's the 0% sexy?
Monster 0% sexy. So there you go. Patreon. Support us. Come hang out with us. And also, speaking of Patreon, we also allow, if you're in the highest tier, we allow you to do a Patreon takeover. We're going to have some news about a Patreon takeover next week. Next week, Raven Shadow. It's happening. It's happening. So we'll give some more. We'll give some more info about that later in the show after the film discussion. We'll tell you guys what we're going to be doing. So let's continue on. So if you want to support, Patreon's the best way. Patreon.com/trickortreatradio. If you want to use our Amazon link, you go to trickortreatradio.com. Scroll down on the main page. Look for the Amazon logo. Click it. It's going to bring it to Amazon. It's going to input our affiliate link. It's not going to cost them any extra, Raven Shadow.
But it's another way to help keep the lights on.
That's right. So everything you purchase on Amazon, we get a tiny cut of it. It doesn't cost any extra for you, but we get a little bit of that for directing you towards Amazon, even though you're going to go there anyways. So give that a look. That would be very helpful for us. And then finally, we have the greatest hits of Trick or Treat Radio volumes 1 through 3. And you can find those on trickortreatradio.com. And they're $3 a pop. If you guys want a little sampler of the last 9+ years, it gets some highlights, some lowlights, some midlights, everything in between, the interviews, the arguments, the songs. Nice little sampler all across the board of what you can expect from Trick or Treat Radio. So give that a look, give it a listen, and consider supporting. All right, Raven Shadow. Evil Corny says, shit, curse this big-ass screen. It's good for movies, but not MZ. Oh, that must have been horrifying. Oh my God. Poor Corny.
Keep that up, and it'll be like that throughout the entire show. I'll have my face pressed up against the screen.
All right, Raven Shadow. So you sit down to watch The Night House. What do you do to prepare for this fucking movie, man?
Man, I was gonna get excited, Johnny. You know what I mean? Because I like the night and I like houses. But no, end of the day, I'm upset. I'm upset, and I feel that I've lost my smile. And when I lose my smile, I do fucking weird things.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
Oh, look out, Marion.
You know, I do stupid things, and I'm very disappointed. You know, by these two over here. You know.
Wait, you lost your smile? Did you go like herd cattle?
I feel that I have to go herd some cattle. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going to bring
Not
it back.
hurt.
You two.
Herd.
Oh. Yeah, herd.
Well-
herd cattle.
Well, you do eat burgers, so I guess you're doing your job anyways.
I'm not intentionally going to hurt cattle. I'm not going to like go to cattle and kick them. Hey, you stupid cattle.
You'll just pay someone else to do it.
Yeah, no, as long as you no ostracism. Head to stand, baby. Head to stand. I'll pay, you know, Ronald McDonald's to do that. Or Wendy's.
Yeah. Fucking Grimace.
Grimace, yeah. The Grimace Reaper. I don't know, man. I'm just upset. I'm tired of it. I'm just done. I'm upset with these two, and yeah, I am. I'm very upset. No, don't give me double freedom rockets. This sucks. I'm sorry. Check out 10 episodes ago when these guys were fun. Oh, fuck you. All right, thank you. So I guess since it's just me and Ollie left over, we'll strap on.
You go through your week with the same old routine.
What you really want is some blood and thunder in your life.
Well, friend, you found it.
The Cromcast is an adventurous journey through the history of two-fisted pulp stories
With your hosts, John,
Josh,
and Luke.
we have action.
horror.
An adventure, all through the lens of pulp luminary Robert E. Howard.
Don't just stay in your ordinary life.
Find your pulp life at thecromcast.blogspot.com.
The Cromcast,
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
a podcast for the barbarian at heart.
Thank you guys for having me on. It's a blast. You guys are awesome.
Thank you so much.
And, Trick or Treat Radio, man. That's where it's at. That's the new Fangoria Radio is Trick or Treat Radio.
No. Don't say that.
It's like, you really put us under.
It's like swearing in church. Huh?
You just jinxed us.
Yeah. you put a lot on our shoulders just now.
Well, we can strive for
You
greatness.
guys are awesome.
Yeah,
you really are. You got a great show.
Oh, delicious nerds. Ms. M knows you like to chat it up with other sexy shut-ins about comics, movies, video games, and your favorite TV shows. If that sounds like you, cuddle up to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group, or the FIB. That stands for Fan Interaction Board. Just go to Facebook and search for Trick or Treat Radio and have more fun than a Jedi at a lightsaber sale. Not enough? Watch us on YouTube, The Deadites TV, all one word. Last but not least, check out the world's most dangerous talk radio show, Trick or Treat Radio, at trickortreatradio.com.
All right, we are back on Trick or Treat Radio, and we're going to talk about our featured film discussion, and that is The Night House. MZ, what happened to the red light district?
Things got brighter. Electricity went back on.
I see that. Did you mean to do that?
Well, yeah, I was getting a little sleepy.
Oh, you're getting a little scared, are you? You a little scared, MZ? Little
Scared. I said I was sleepy.
A dark
You
light
need your
scaring
binky?
you. Yeah, you need your binky. All right, we're going to talk about The Night House. And this flick, let me give, there's a short synopsis and a long one. I'm going to give you the long one. Reeling from the unexpected death of her husband, Beth is left alone in the lakeside home he built for her. She tries as best she can to keep it together, but then nightmares come. Disturbing visions of a presence in the house calling to her, beckoning her with ghostly allure. Against the advice of her friend, she begins digging into her husband's belongings, yearning for answers. What she finds are secrets both strange and disturbing, a mystery she's determined to unravel. So the film is directed by David Bruckner, and we've talked about David before on the show. He's done quite a few films that we've discussed, including VHS. He did the segment for Amateur Night, which was the first one with the I think it that short became a feature length called the Siren or the Siren or something like that. But anyways, he did that segment. He also did Southbound, the segment entitled The Accident. And he also directed The Ritual, which we did on the show. We also did Southbound and VHS. And this is his follow-up to The Ritual. And he's also in, it says post-production, but I thought it was pre-production. But anyways, he's working on the Hellraiser film. So, MZ, what's the name of the actress again that's playing the Pinhead role? Do you remember? Jamie, I got it right here. It's Jamie Clayton. So I'm looking forward to that. I think David Bruckner is a great director to be tackling that. He's definitely been cutting his teeth on horror for a while now, and has produced some pretty good results. So that's one of the main reasons I really wanted to check this one out, because with him doing Hellraiser and us having talked about a lot of his other films, I thought it'd be interesting to tackle this one and see what everyone thinks. So, in addition to being directed by David Bruckner, the screenplay was written by Ben Collins and Luke Petrosky, and the film stars Rebecca Hall, Sarah Goldberg, Vondi Curtis Hall, the awesome Vondi Curtis Hall, Evan Jonikite. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Stacey Martin, David Abeliz, Christina Jackson, and Patrick Klein. And this film is rated R and is 1 hour 47 minutes. All right, so The Night House. Where do we start with this one here? So this is a film that starts right, when it starts out, the character of Beth, played by Rebecca Hall. I saw a lot of people praising Rebecca Hall, just her work in general, not necessarily this. And I don't really remember her in anything else. Yes, Raven Shadow, go ahead.
I believe she was in The Town.
She was
with the, and she was great in that.
She played a character named Claire Kesey in The Town.
Yeah, she was the bank employee that in the robbery ends up hooking up with the Affleck.
Oh, she also played.
Great.
She also played Elizabeth Marston in Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman, which I still haven't seen. But that means that the character she plays in that was I believe one of the influences for the creation of Wonder Woman, which is kind of
because
cool.
That dude was
he's
living his best life.
Yeah, into some stuff, right?
Yeah. No only did he fucking invent the lie detector, he had fucking two beautiful lovelies and created Wonder Woman in the house. That's a good day.
That's a good day.
It's a good day back in the day. I mean, that was like in the 40s. I was like pre-World War II, man. You don't do that kind of stuff. I mean, like nowadays.
Let's see. What else was she in? She was I haven't seen that movie. She's in a movie called The Gift, but but that's the one that's written and directed by Joel Edgerton. Has anyone seen that one? Okay, I'm guessing not.
That's not the one directed by Sam Raimi.
No, that's why at first I was like, oh, The Gift, and I looked and it was the one directed by Joel Edgerton. So no, it wasn't. Oh, she was also in Iron Man 3. She played a character named Maya Hansen. I don't remember. Well, actually, I didn't see Iron Man 3. So
yeah, she was actually originally supposed to be the Mandalorian, not the Mandalorian. Damn it, the main villain in it.
Oh, the Mandarin.
The Mandarin, yes. She was the big reveal was she was going to be the Mandarin.
Okay,
but Marvel couldn't handle the female villain.
Right. Not at that time, anyways.
Yeah, she was the girl that the Stark had hooked up with when they bombed the shit out of Stark's place. She showed up.
Yeah, she was in the house. Yes.
Yeah. And she was also in The Prestige, just to finish out she was in a bunch of other stuff, but just calling out a few things. But
she's great.
She's had some good roles. Vondie Curtis Hall, MZ, are you a fan of Vondie Curtis Hall?
Man, the guy looks so goddamn familiar to me.
Oh, okay.
I know of him, but damn it, man, if I can only remember what he's been in that I've seen him in, because he looks so goddamn familiar.
Well, he was in Die Hard 2.
Can you bring your mic back down?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we can hear you properly.
Sorry.
In your light, please, so we can not see.
Thank you, Producer Aries. I appreciate that. I didn't know.
I know, it's just a little annoying. I don't know.
He was in Coming to America as the basketball game vendor.
Prince Hakeem, I'm a loyal citizen of the
somewhere. That's fuck you too.
Oh, he was in Falling Down. Yeah. I recognize him from a lot of different things. I just couldn't pick out what I remember him from,
Yeah, he definitely seemed very familiar.
I remember him in Crooklyn. Okay, yeah, he was Uncle Brown in Crooklyn.
He was in Broken Arrow.
Arrow.
Yeah. Gridlocked,
yeah. No, he's been in a lot of stuff that I've seen, but damn it, it's like I've seen him before and I like his work, and it's like, how can, I'm completely drawing a blank as to what I've seen him in. Now that I'm looking through his IMDb page, it's like, oh yeah, he was in this, and this, So it's like
he's definitely a character.
Wait a second, MZ, you saw Crooklyn?
And I know, Aries, that wasn't lost on me. That was stop. Oh yeah, he was really
good to
have it.
You saw Crooklyn, okay.
He was in 3 episodes of 9 episodes of Daredevil.
Oh,
Daredevil.
he was fucking
Ben Urich.
Ben Urich.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Ben Urich.
Oh, he was in Rosewood Raven Shadow.
Oh, the Western?
Yeah.
With we got Arby's, we got the beef.
Oh no, never mind. It wasn't the Western. I clicked on it, and it's Morris Chestnut is Rosewood. wrong one.
It's good.
So
I think Rames was in Rosewood.
So yeah, I mean, all right. Enough about Vondie Curtis Hall. Guy's awesome, but anyways. So the film starts, and we have Beth, played by Rebecca Hall, who is mourning the passing of her husband, who shot himself in a boat. That's kind of all we know coming in, and we know that he had some secrets that maybe she didn't know about. Like, she doesn't understand why he would have done this. It seemed like everything was fine. So, and then her best friend, played by Sarah Goldberg, best friend Claire, is basically telling her, don't do this. You don't want to, just don't dig into this. You don't want to know. Right. So it's kind of one of those things like, I mean, I don't want to put you guys in this situation, because that means that, we have to consider, our partners not being there. But, in a situation like this, I mean, what would you guys do?
Wait, if we were
let's say you were Beth. You were the character Beth in this.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did you just look for clarification as to which side he was asking you?
Yeah. Raven Shadow.
Besides one of the dead ones, did you really look for clarification?
He has such a bad week every week that he's considering it. Apparently,
I'm just saying. I do have contacts. I'm like, listen, if something fucking happens, you need his. This is where I keep the spare key. You need to get rid of some shit, okay? Just in case if my mom shows up. Aries, I may give you a key if you're still fucking living in New England.
So, what would you guys do? Would you dig? Would you let well enough alone? Like, I imagine this is difficult because on the one hand, you're grieving. You lost your partner, the love of your life. And on the other hand, you're learning more of, hey, there might be something more to this, you know?
I might as well let the cat out of the bag.
Go ahead, MZ.
Oh, I was just going to say, I might as well just let the cat out of the bag. I feel that every move that she makes in this film is the move that I would be making. There's a naturality to her responses, to her actions and reactions to things that's going on as the film progresses. And I can't say that in any area off the top of my head anyway, that she makes a wrong choice. I think everything that she does in this film is something that I would do. Almost every single move. There's a natural, a natural, realistic, genuine feeling about it. The way she goes about her way in this movie.
I'm going to agree and disagree with MZ at the same time, because although I do agree there is a very natural flowing way this movie progresses, I can't say I would react the same way, because this character is being female. She reacts in a very female way to situations. Myself being male, I would act in a very male situation to certain situations, i.e. the bookstore. There may have been a couple of overturned books. That's all I'm saying. But I mean, that's just the difference between male and female reaction to that given situation. And I think MZ, you would probably agree with me.
Well, I wasn't trying to inject any kind of, gender-specific role playing in this movie. I was just saying that. No, I think I would pretty much do the same thing that she does.
All right.
You know, just in terms of trying to deal with what's going on. Looking for answers. Searching for clues, talking to people, but it's also her. It's also her reaction to things that have nothing to do with her. Trying to figure out what the hell is going on. It's just her natural way of trying to cope and deal. Without the aspect of trying to figure out, what is the story with her husband. I think she played that to a point where I got to say that I can't exactly disagree with her at all.
And I got to throw out, I don't think that males have a monopoly on having books being moved. I get what you're saying, Aries, but I think we all know some women that would move the occasional bookshelf in that kind of situation.
Are you talking about flipping? Are you talking about flipping the table, Aries? Flipping one of the fucking bookshelves?
Yeah, flipping a bookshelf. Yeah.
Well, you could pull it off.
I mean, Aries can definitely bench most bookshelves. That's fair.
With the books in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the book.
I'm just saying, I may not have reacted the same calm way to that situation as she did.
You wouldn't have
the curiosity aspect of it. I 100% agree with her character motivation and why she did what she did.
Because you're fucked up, right? You have a tragedy experience, but now there's a mystery and there's a question. And is there a question of, are you wrong for feeling the sadness, and should you be angry? And does that become another focal point instead? Is that a way to push back the sadness to let anger take control and take, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, trying to like,
I totally hear you, because anger is motivating, right?
Right, because you could. I could easily drown myself in a bottle of fill in the blank. But when you're pissed,
right, being sad and depressed is a recipe for sitting on the couch and and wallowing in sorrow. Which rightfully so in this situation she should do, but anger or some like heated feeling is going to make you take action more likely.
Yeah, because she was more focused on what she was going through and didn't consider what her husband was going through and what he was dealing with. So she was more angry at that rather than dealing with her husband and maybe the fact that he wanted to move to Maine. Oh, I'm sorry. I may be getting my. No, sorry.
real life. Life imitates art sometimes.
Sorry, it was just I get the old age. It's messing with my head.
Well, it's not only that, but it's also the manner in which he took himself out. It's that has to be overwhelming. I don't know anybody who's ever done that, but that has to be absolutely overwhelming for her, for someone so close and having a life together. And I think she handled it about as good as you possibly could.
I loved how they showed how she was dealing with it. It was obviously very recent as to what we were shown.
It was within a week.
Within a week, yes. Yeah. But the world around her, not everyone, it wasn't common knowledge. And the way she revealed it to people, it was so spot on. The fact that she is dealing with this massive amount of grief, and the way she lays it on people, it is so real.
Yeah.
Because that type of thing, we've all dealt with grief, but I don't know how many of, I'm speaking for the four of us immediately, have dealt with it in that type of way, like that immediate way. Like that is so, I've dealt with suicide in my job, but it's been distant, people I've not known, and I've had trouble with it. I can't imagine someone I know having to deal with that and portraying it to other people. I don't know. I 100% identified with her when she was expressing her feelings towards people with regards to this.
Yeah, and there's that scene, the scene in school when the mom comes in to talk about her child. Holy fuck.
Oh my God, yes, yes.
That right there,
that's
that might
putting
be
it out.
Yeah, that might be one of my favorite scenes in a movie this year.
That scene was so killer when she fucking took the Karen to school, man.
Took the Karen to school.
Episode title. Fuck it. There's nothing better than that.
I love when she's like, "Oh, I'm Hunter's mom." Yeah, well, listen, I have fucking
Yeah, she's like, which one?
Oh yeah, well she's just like, Hunter who? Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of hunters this year. If you have
Hunter
in
Hearst
New England,
Helmsley.
you have a lot of great. Yeah, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
But you know what? Like she didn't say it, but you could 100% read "bitch you" and not that unoriginal. Everyone named their child that.
Right.
And that's exactly what she did. And then said, "Oh well, you gave him the assignment, but you weren't there." Well, she's just trying to keep it in fucking professional. I had some personal issues. Well, a lot of us has personal issues. You fucking know what? This is my fucking week, motherfucker. How about this? You want to? He's a B now. Should an A be better?
Yeah.
How about an A? How about a fucking A? No, it's really no.
A B will be fine.
He's fine. Like
That's like it's like On the Rocks is fine, right? From Weird Science.
Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say. Yeah.
Now, Raven Shadow, I want you to remember this. The next time you say, "I've had a rough week."
All right. Well, listen. All right. Fair, true.
Because I want to just bring this full circle. Because of this conversation, I've mentioned I've dealt with a suicide death at work. Have you?
I mean,
so remember that when you say you have had a rough week.
Okay, well, that's a little guns blazing there. I think.
Oh yeah. Well, because you know what? Well, because every week you've had a rough week.
Yeah.
Me, MC, Johnny, we keep our mouths shut because it is just a week.
Yeah.
I am the voice of the people.
And it's also
no, you're not the voice of the people.
And it's a part of life.
Yeah, I'm the voice of the
it's
people.
a part of life.
We all have.
Yeah. You don't know what everyone else has gone through in their week. We've all had weeks.
Well, I'm not.
You're the only one who has a week every week.
I'm not disparaging that, and I'm not fucking running to Maine to hide away from my problems either. By the way,
Okay, he's not running. He's not hiding away from his problems. And why are you attacking him when I'm the one having a discussion with you?
Because that's what came to my mind.
Yeah, well, because you know what? Yeah, you're going to attack the guy who's keeping his mouth shut when someone is bringing the world to your eyes.
Well, first of all, I got bad eyes and medical problems. Okay?
You got mad, yeah.
Second of all, one was
we all have issues. Everyone has shit they deal with every week.
Then fine, Aries. Do you want an A? Do you want an A? For going to...
I don't want. Bravo on the flip.
You know what, Aries?
Bravo
you get an A
on the flip.
You get an A+ for your work. Good, big ups for Aries.
No. Oh my God, that is bravo on the flip. I am merely pointing out that the three of us show up every week and just kind of show up and you go, "I've had a week."
Well, thank you, Aries. Now I'm going to give you a scholarship. I'm going to be like that girl from Full House who paid.
All right, give me a scholarship to fucking whatever.
Xavier,
I will continue my life and not have a week every week.
Okay.
It has been a while since Aries has yelled at somebody, so
I'm sharing with our fellow friends on the airways and giving a peek into the fucking world. But
you know what? I got to kind of slightly apologize because it did kind of touch a note with me because I've had to deal with suicides at my job rather intimately. And I don't know, this did just strike a nerve with me. That's why I kind of started lashing out at Raven Shadow.
Thank you. I would say that, and I appreciate that, understand that. But there are also
because you know what? Sometimes when someone has a week, they actually fucking have a week. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't even.
I think the thing
I'm
is,
sorry.
if Raven Shadow if he sets the tone, then he doesn't have to make excuses. Like, oh, I had a bad week. I had a bad week. Then he doesn't have to make excuses because that's like it's expected, right, Raven Shadow? Silence.
Raven Shadow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Fuck.
Right.
Oh, I can't even. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I derailed. Moving forward.
Thank you. Why do you say thank you? Yeah, it's okay, Aries.
But you know what? You got to give Raven Shadow credit, because if his weeks are as bad as he claims them to be, then he's got a lot more guts than a lot of other people, because naturally other people would just end up killing themselves.
MZ.
A week of
MZ.
Really? Did you just fucking
Did you
do
just
that?
hear? Yeah, MZ. Here's the secret. Here it is. Here's the trick. They're not that bad.
No, they're not.
No. You know what? I got to ask one question. Raven Shadow, in the last 5 years, how many dead bodies have you had to deal with at work?
Oh my God. Jesus.
I'm setting that bar right now. How many dead bodies have you had to deal with at work? 5 years.
Or literally?
Hold on.
5 years physically dealt with dead bodies.
Raven Shadow, before you answer that, let me just throw in something. Aries, are we talking about human bodies or animal bodies?
Oh my God.
Human. Animals, I can't even fucking count. Human bodies.
Okay.
Dead bodies.
Make sure. I just wanted to clarify that.
Animals is daily. Fuck it. I live in the woods.
All right. Well, I don't work in a fucking abattoir. What do you call that?
Okay. So is your answer zero? Is your answer zero?
Well, listen.
Is your answer zero?
No, because my people don't. All right, listen. You
you know what? No one that fucking works for me has died.
It's kind of an.
Well, maybe because
it's kind of a yes.
Yeah.
Or
Do you
no.
kill them? Is that what happens?
Is yes or no? Have you dealt with a dead body in the last 5 years?
Is that why you have so many open positions? Is because you kill all your interns? You fucking psychopath.
I have not murdered anyone at work.
No, I never convicted.
I've never murdered anyone at work. But how many dead bodies have you dealt with at work in the last 5 years?
We follow OSHA guidelines. I don't know, man. Like
I'm not even. This is not a difficult question.
Not that I'm aware of.
None. 0. 5 years. I've dealt with 2.
Oof.
Okay.
So don't fucking tell me about bad weeks.
Well, no. Once again, I don't think somebody dying is always a bad thing. Is that the worst that could fucking happen?
God. This is ridiculous.
Can we get back to the movie, please?
I mean, like, do you know them? I mean, are they friends or loved ones? Like, I mean, I don't know.
Are you for real right now?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It's not a good thing. I mean, I want everyone to keep moving on, live long and prosper. But like, there's a certain emotionality connection to that. Sometimes, like, this shit happens. Look both ways next time. I mean, I don't know.
Evil Corny says, "I'm sorry you had to go through that, Aries."
I'm sorry. I can't. Like, I'm really am.
He's gonna go. Did you get that Cash app set up yet, Aries?
Wow. I'm sorry. I'm just like every. Oh.
Think about what? I'm sorry that happened.
About the movie. Let's talk about the movie.
Sorry that happened.
Let's talk about the movie. Wow.
I love how Raven Shadow he couldn't even answer the question. Have you dealt with a dead body?
Like talking to
say yes or no.
Well, it's a different line of business. I'm not sure how it's not a like-to-like comparison.
Okay. Okay. What was the worst thing you ever had to deal with at work?
Oh my God.
I can't speak to that because of
why?
NDA. He signed NDA.
It's an NDA agreement. I can't speak to that.
I'm sorry. Was winching a dead body that jumped off a fucking bridge worse than anything that you ever did?
Oh my God.
Probably
not.
No, trying to
not.
Probably not. But no, I know. I'm not. No, listen. I know.
Aries, to be fair, Raven Shadow has probably had to clean up vomit at the comic book store before.
There was the P chair that fucking had to bring downstairs. Like, but it's not a like comparison. You can't compare fucking something like that. It's not fair. It's not fair.
The fact that I don't come on this show every week and say, I've had a week. If someone on this show should say that, it should be me.
All right, well, that's fair enough. I don't mean to diminish what you see on a daily basis, but I'm being vocal to the audience. And you're vocal like a fucking wall sometimes. So I'm trying to communicate that.
I'm sorry. Do people want to hear when I deal with a dead body?
Oh, my God.
You know what? Last week, I ran over a comrade with a lawnmower that had been dead for a week. I thought I was going to puke. Is that what the fucking world want to hear? A comrade. It's a fucking waterfowl.
The waterfowl?
Don't go chasing waterfowls.
Oh, my God. I am so fucking done right now. I can't even look. There was so much. I am fucking sweating right now.
That was a good show. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I hate all of you right now.
MZ's like, can I go to Maine sooner? Oh,
Yeah,
I thought Aries
right?
left. He disappeared for a second. I thought he was leaving.
Aries, I love you so much.
No,
MZ, how you doing? You seem pretty quiet right now.
Yeah, for the better too. I'm just waiting to get back to the movie.
I love how you're answering the question, but I don't have my headphones on because I can't fucking hear you.
We lost your video again, Aries. I don't know if that was intentional. Oh my.
Okay,
fuck.
we were talking about a movie, weren't we?
Oh my fuck.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the movie.
Did I do something? Am I still fucking on?
No, we don't see your video.
We don't see me. I must have clicked something.
That was completely uncalled for.
What part?
Yeah.
All right, we got
You
you back.
guys should know by now, when you ask Raven Shadow a question, you're never going to get an answer.
Raven Shadow,
You will
do you
never
like
get an answer.
Raven Shadow? Do you like me?
I like Johnny very much.
See, he didn't say yes or no.
Yes.
But he made it very creepy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you did.
You have an excellent radio voice.
It's an excellent
I
penis
love
you
you.
have there.
It's an excellent penis you have, Johnny. No, I love you. I believe it or not, I love Monster Zero, and even after all the hate and venom, I still love Aries very much. I think he needs a hug, and I think what better way if we were all in the studio together, we could do that, and that'd be very cathartic for everybody.
You
Right,
honestly
you could
honestly believe?
blow each other for all I care. Let's get back to the movie.
One more thing, and then we'll get back to the movie. Do you honestly believe that if we were sitting side by side and you tried to hug me, you would come back with two arms attached to your body?
Not today.
Aries is like a Wookiee.
No, not today, but maybe like I'll have some whiskeys flowing, maybe like in early November. We'll play some N64, and you'll forget about a few things. But fair. That was exciting, and I like to see that. No, here's what's good. Here's what's good about that. Here's what's good about yourself. Let me tell you about yourself right now.
Oh yeah, tell me what's good about me.
Yourself.
No.
I'll tell you yourself.
No.
You shared, and I think we all learned something, and we all feel closer to you. And I think Corny does especially. And I think I think you came off as very endearing and very likable. And I think we're all in a better place now that you shared.
Oh my God, you were bullshitting so much. Yes, you are. Like you couldn't even form your thought. Like words are just coming out of your mouth before you knew what you were gonna say.
Yeah, have you heard last fucking 10 years?
Yes, yes. Corny
No,
says,
I think all
Corny says, squeeze the hell out of him, Aries.
corny.
All right, MZ wants to get back to the movie. See, he took his headphones off. He wants to get back to the movie.
My apologies, MZ.
All right, MZ, where do you want to take us? I'll let you guide us.
I don't even remember where we were.
All right. We were talking about the scene.
Wherever you want to be.
We were talking about the scene in the school, how she had a week.
Oh, yeah.
Not like fucking Aries.
But that scene was fucking amazing. And it was, you know, like you feel for her, right? You feel for the character of Beth because of what she's gone through. And this woman is basically saying, oh, well, this, you know, we all have bad weeks, blah, blah, blah. Like, and my son Hunter, you know, and she's just, this woman has no fucking clue. And then when she comes like correct, and she's like, my husband blew his fucking head off like with a gun. And she's like, oh my God, you know, she's like, no, the bee is fine. That whole scene was like, fuck, you know, fucking crazy. But no, I that to me, and MZ said this earlier about being, you know, how the reactions and were genuine. Like I don't know what that's like, obviously. So for me, I don't know how I'd react, but you can imagine that most people would want to react the way that she did. And I imagine your give a fuck meter is pretty much gone at that point, right? So it's like, whatever the fuck.
I was going to say, yes. Yeah, she was stressed, angry. She added a little bit of sarcasm in there as well. You know, blew his brains out.
Yep.
You know, so there was a little sarcasm involved. I mean, shit, she hit all the right notes at, you know, in the right amounts, and really let her have it, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah,
but that's her. But that's her in the entire movie. That's her in the entire movie. She's so good in this movie. I really never knew of this actress before, but goddamn, she put in a performance here that felt absolutely genuine.
Yeah, I'll just lay my cards on the table and say that she was fucking incredible in this. Her performance, like, because yeah, like this is one of those films where the movie hinges on her performance, and if her performance is just okay or just satisfactory, this may not come off as well as it did. But I feel like she nailed everything. There's a lot of range that needs to be shown here. There needs to be like sadness and rage and curiosity and, you know, like just a mixture of all of those. And I feel like she did it perfectly. And another example of that is the you had mentioned this earlier, Aries, but the scene in the bookstore, like that was another like awkward, uncomfortable, but perfectly played scene, you know?
Exactly. And the tone was right. I mean, her reactions, I mean, they're just amazing in this movie. I keep going back to this because it is a standout. You know, there's, like you were saying, there's also confusion as well. And she plays it perfectly, absolutely 100% perfectly. And scared. There are some very legit scare scenes in this movie. Not too many, maybe 2 or 3, but they are legit scares. And the pacing of this film was just right for them. It wasn't overblown. It wasn't overdone. It wasn't what's the word I'm looking for? Subtle. You know, I mean, it wasn't overblown, but it wasn't too subtle that you wouldn't notice it, or it just didn't hit the right tempo. You know.
Yeah.
the scares in this movie felt right, felt real, felt genuine, and plenty creepy, I might add.
Yeah. So, and this is, at its heart, this is a ghost story, right? So, we have her dealing with her grief, but there's also an element of a ghost story here because there's something going on in this. Like the music turns on, it's the same song that was played at their wedding, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because she was watching the video of their wedding earlier, and so that song will randomly come on the stereo. So something supernatural is going on here, and there's these incidents of like knocking on the door or whatever, and then in her dreams, she is, obviously her subconscious is processing the trauma in interesting ways as well, like especially this is getting into a little bit more deeper into the story. I don't want to delve too deep into it because if you haven't seen this movie, it works so much better if you don't know what's coming. But there is actually, I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to kind of restrain what I say. But anyways, in her dreams, there's some interesting stuff that happens in her dreams, and it's kind of gives some insight into what's going on in real life. And there's also some strange occurrences happening around this lake house where she lives. And, and she goes through some of her husband's artifacts, like his effects, looking through, just to kind of like, she starts packing it away. And, obviously you have to do that eventually. I imagine that's a fucking nightmare to have to deal with, living in the same house and then having all your stuff mixed together. So, there's a lot of tough stuff in this, and I think they did a really good job of giving you enough about the husband without overloading you or without having like flashbacks. Like, thankfully, I don't think there was any flashbacks. It was all told through her watching videos or people asking her about her husband or talking about him. And in some of the dreams, you see some stuff as well. And I think it was a really smart way because, I don't know, flashbacks would have felt a little cheesy in this to me, and obviously would have padded out the runtime a little bit. And I feel like that would have kind of put a damper on things, right?
Right. And you also have the characters who are giving their input. Obviously, they're very close to both of them, both of the couple. The blonde and Ben Urich, would give the actor that played Ben Urich. His name. But he's great. He's fantastic. But they would give insight, and then even down to how other people would describe him. Like that library scene. And then later, when there was the other interaction with the brunette from the bookshop, saying, he was smart and made me feel comforting. Made me feel safe. You know what I mean? And she's like, yeah, I do.
Right.
He's my husband.
Yeah, no shit, right?
I kind of fucking know that. Or like, I didn't know it was, your husband didn't do this. Well, call him by his name because you didn't give a shit it was my husband before. Stuff like that where, and I think it established nice mystery. What was he doing? What was he researching?
Right.
Once again, we get into spoiler territory, but like, I like how we as the audience didn't quite necessarily know where this dude lied.
Right. And that's the thing, is because we're only hearing secondhand stories and seeing him in the best light, so to speak, especially watching these videos of them building the house and their wedding and stuff like that. So we're seeing him in a positive light. He's kind of curating his appearance by being on video. But yeah, I mean, there was something going on there, and she wasn't privy to it. So it's like, well, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know. Like, you feel like your partner, right? Like, and then this happens, and then all of a sudden she feels like she doesn't know him, and she can't ask him questions. It's just, that's it. Like, It's like literally like being ghosted by somebody for fucking ever, you know? It's not like that they're gone and literally kind of being ghosted, you know? So I imagine that's a really tough place to be for this character and for her to deal with this, you know, with everything that she has to deal with. So yeah, it's a lot.
Well, see, I never got the emotional connection to him prior to anything. Like, I don't think they did a good job creating the emotional connection because it was all through when she started to explore. Like, it wasn't
Right.
that hard to accept that he might have been not who he was, because once they started to lay him out, that's what they were showing. It wasn't that difficult for me to accept that. Like, they never established him as the loving husband to me.
All right. Yeah, and I mean, I guess it's just, to me, it's kind of an assumed thing with the way that she felt. But yeah, I mean, they didn't really go in that direction. And one thing I really dug about this is that there was seemingly what seemed like a throwaway story about halfway through the movie ended up playing a big part in something that happens later.
Well, there was a line that she said that seemed throwaway. It could have mean something else. Maybe that's the line you're referring to, Johnny.
Well, it was a story that she told.
Maybe that's what it was.
Not a line. It was, you know, because it was about the note that he left, and when she explains what it really means. If you remember, I don't want to say just because it's spoilery. So
I know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
so the listeners probably know.
yeah. If they've seen it, then yeah. If they haven't, then obviously they wouldn't. But yeah, I liked how that story that she told about maybe about midway through the movie it just added some context to the note, but like would have more bearing on what happens later, which I thought was pretty interesting. So there's kind of a cool. Once again, I'm tiptoeing around this because there's a bit of a twist to the story. You know, I don't want to say too much more than that, but it goes in a direction, you know, because of course she's going through her husband's phone and she does find pictures of other women, and one of the women actually looks like her, and she's like, I don't own this blouse. This isn't me. And then, you know, her best friend Claire is like, yeah, no, that's probably you. Like she's basically trying to get her not to look into this, you know, because if she finds out that there's like other women, it's going to paint her husband in a negative light. And on top of that, she's going to have heartbreak upon heartbreak, right? So I think that's why, as her best friend, she's kind of like, don't look into this, right? But
protecting her.
Yeah, but she's compelled. She needs to. And then she sees something that basically is like, okay, now I have to continue to follow this all the way, you know, because there becomes a point where she needs to continue to follow it. And that's, you know, and that's when things start to, I guess, ramp up in terms of the storyline as we near the finale, I guess. Yeah, this one's going to be a little tough to talk about. I wondered if we wanted to do a spoiler, but I feel like I don't want to, because this is a film that just came out on VOD fairly recently, and I want people to go in cold. So if people listen to our, you know, I know some people listen to our discussions before seeing the movie, and I'd rather not spoil something that might ruin the experience. So I think we will lean away, but that's, you know, it is limiting in terms of what we can discuss, and you know, sometimes I feel like I start down a path and then I have to like tiptoe back because I'm like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to say too much. but let's talk about the let's kind of take a step back, and we can come back to some of that stuff if we want to. But what about the cinematography and the way that this was shot? Did anything stick out to you guys about that?
Now, there's a plane in movie making that they're not supposed to cross. There's a term for it, and I can't recall it. When the characters, break that plane, they call it the fourth wall, breaking the fourth wall. But when they're shooting the movie, they tend not to cross over that line. And characters tend to be shot from a certain angle, not to break that wall. During this movie, very intentionally and deliberately, they cross that line. And from that point on, that particular scene was shot opposite. And I thought there was going to be some big payoff to that. And there wasn't. And I was very disappointed. And anyone that watched that movie, you will know that scene that I'm talking about when characters are discussing and they cross behind a certain character. And I thought there was going to be some big payoff, and I was so disappointed that there was not.
I'm not. I wish we could talk in greater detail because I'm not sure which.
I mean, it is. I mean, it is so deliberately, like they are not masking it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was so just. Here it is. They panned from a character's shooting over the character's right shoulder, panned behind the character.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
The character's head was only in the shot to shot over the character's right shoulder. And I thought there was going to be a different thing that happened. When that didn't happen, I thought the tone of the movie was going to change because of the 180. Because once that 180 happened, they went with the rules of cinema as if they were going with before that, like after that 180, like if the movie was shot before that 180, if you know what I'm saying, like everything was mirror imaged.
Yeah.
After that pan.
I think I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
And I thought that was going to be some big thing for the movie. Maybe I'm not smart enough to realize what they did, but normally I can recognize things, and nothing happened. And I'm so disappointed in this movie for that.
I think I know what you mean now. And yeah, there's also, I mean, for the most part, the ending of this movie made sense to me, but there's a lot, like, it's funny because I watched it with T-Dog, and afterward we were like, I was like, oh, like I saw a lot of like ending explained videos on YouTube about this, and to me the ending seemed pretty cut and dry, but when you think about it, there's a lot of questions still to be answered. Like, the end is the end, but when you go back and you kind of unravel, it's like, oh shit, okay, well, why did this happen? Or why did she do this? Or why did this like, there's a lot of unanswered questions at that point, which makes it really interesting because to me, when the movie ended, I was like, oh wow, okay, like, yeah, that was a cool ending. I get what they were doing with that. And there wasn't anything that was really ambiguous to me about the way it ended. But then when you start to go back and that there's some points that aren't resolved, and I think that's kind of cool because you get these moments where you're like, oh shit, well, did this happen or did that happen? Like, what was going on here? What do you guys feel about the ending in that case? Was the ending fairly cut and dry? Did you understand it? And what did you think of like the unanswered questions?
I thought the ending was fine. The very ending we're talking about, I thought the ending was fine.
Yeah.
I really didn't have that much, I think a little bit of ambiguity is fine for a movie, especially when it comes to psychological horror ghost story. Something like that, you don't need to have everything explained. And in this movie, that's true. I think a little bit of ambiguity is good. Leaves you on your toes, leaves it open for your own interpretation. I had no problem with the ending.
I wanted a bit more of a pop.
Bit more of a pop, you said?
Yeah.
Like soda pop?
No.
Soda Popinski?
Soda Pop Curtis. Yeah. I wanted a little more, trum, or like a little more, something.
A little more something.
My biggest problem with this movie is this movie didn't need to happen with the way they laid it out.
Well, no movies ever need to happen.
No. Hear me out. If anyone has ever heard the Raiders of the Lost argument, this movie falls into that category.
Yeah.
I'm not
the
sure
whole
where you
movie,
mean the argument.
This movie didn't need to happen. Like
no movies
nothing
need to happen though.
Well, no.
I know what he means as far as the Raiders of the Lost Ark idea of this movie never need to happen goes, but I'm having trouble.
Well, because I would kind of need to get into spoiler territory to really explain it into depth. But once you get to the end of this movie, you're like, well, why didn't that happen here? Like, the end of the movie could have happened at the beginning of the movie. There was no explanation as to why the movie needed to happen. Like, the whole movie happens, and at the end, they're doing, spoiler territory. They're doing what's happening. That could have happened at the beginning. They never explained why the movie happened.
Because that's what movies do.
No, well, if you think about it, I mean, because I can't say it because I get into spoilers, but because of what is happening at the end of the movie, there's no reason why that didn't happen at the beginning.
And is part of the Raiders thing the fact that Indy was really inconsequential? If the Nazis just got if the Nazis just got the Ark, they would have their faces melted off.
I see.
Whatever it would have happened.
Indy didn't need to happen. Yes. The Indy analogy is an simplification to this movie.
All right. I mean, I think I'd have to go back and think of everything, but like, I think I understand what you're saying. But I feel that the point of this movie is the journey and experiencing her grief and sorrow and confusion and curiosity and all these other things. And really the movie is about her and how she feels. So I get what you mean, but
I mean, that's what we get out of the movie. But to why the movie happened, I mean, that gets back to the Raiders argument. We enjoy Raiders, but did Raiders need to happen?
I mean, I know what you're saying. Like, I want to say no movie, like needs to happen, but but I know what you're saying.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can find a start and end to any movie,
right.
But with the Raiders argument, if indeed it wasn't there,
sure.
the movie would have resolved itself. That's
right.
That's essentially what I'm saying.
The Death Star wouldn't blow up if Cracker Fanboy Skywalker didn't get fucking taken from fucking Tatooine.
Well, no, that's a different argument because then the Empire would win.
Right, but
that's a different argument.
So Skywalker,
different argument.
I'm defending. I'm siding with you.
You're not defending me because you're making a different argument.
It wrong. Yeah,
you're making it wrong. The Empire would win in your argument.
I don't think so.
Who would stop him?
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying is like Star Wars had to happen because Cracker Fanboy had to blow up the fucking Death Star.
Right.
What Eric's
Correct.
saying-
So that movie had to happen. The Raiders argument: if Indy didn't exist,
right,
the Nazis would find the Ark, kill themselves, movie over.
That's what I'm saying. Indy could have been at the fucking university.
There's no Indy. There's no Indy.
No, I think Indy.
So if there's no Luke, the Empire wins.
Right. You got to have Luke and
Yeah.
Leia.
So if
And-
there's no Indy, the Nazis still lose.
Right.
You see the difference in the argument.
No, I'm supporting your argument, but I was.
You're not though.
I was no. Listen, no. We are a tag team now, and we're up against Johnny because Johnny felt like no movie
but
should have.
you're not helping him.
You're not. I'm with Johnny on this one.
No, what you want this one? I feel like we're in a weird Quentin Tarantino standoff.
Okay,
And
explain your stance. Explain your stance, and I'll tell you how you're wrong.
I'm in the Buffalo stance.
I can't even.
No, I think we all know what we're saying.
No, we don't.
No,
no one knows what you are saying.
No. Johnny
Look,
said
MC is double Picarding. You've hit an all-time low. MZ is double Picarding.
Monster Zero wants to bathe in a bath of poisonous caterpillars right now.
MZ, welcome to my world.
This show is creating some odd bedfellows.
Something.
Okay. I think everyone that's listening understands everything except for Raven Shadow, so we can move on.
I do understand. I explained your Indiana Jones thing because Johnny didn't understand.
Yeah,
and
but,
I feel I spoke
but you told the
understand.
opposite. Star Wars absolutely needs to happen.
No, but then you said, but you were going through the point of view that no movie needs to happen, and then I said, well, in the case in the galaxy far away.
So wait. Aries made the point that Indiana Jones didn't need to happen, and then I said, well, no movie needs to happen, and then you're like, no, well, Star Wars needs to happen.
Right? I think you would like that because you do the Force Insensitive show. You know what I mean? Plug. So I gave you an example where you had to have.
You turned you being wrong into a plug.
And a plus. Thank you.
No, not a plus. Just a plug, and for someone else besides you.
Evil Corny says, I see why MZ wants to move away.
Yeah.
But yet he'll keep on coming back on the show.
Oh, fuck.
Only to see you guys again and maybe listen to you guys, and I can always shut you off whenever I need to.
Maybe a connection
Like right now
better up
seems
there.
Pretty good idea. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's gonna live in the woods and have shitty internet. He'd be like, oh, can't hear you guys. Sorry, gotta go. All right, well let's we've been talking about this a while because we've been off topic for a while. But I do want to start to wrap this up so we can give our verdicts. But I did want to talk about the cinematography. I know Aries was talking about the kind of 180. But the thing I wanted to mention was I did think that this film was really well shot. A lot of cool camera angles, and especially as it kind of reached the end, I just thought this was a really well shot film. And David Bruckner has shown, through the films that we've watched of his on the show, that he definitely has a good hand when it comes to filmmaking and the way shots are composed. And, it just even like interesting ideas. I think that's one of the things that I really liked about this was, we've seen films kind of like this, but it when she started digging into her husband's past, you thought it was going to go maybe one way, and then it zigged when you thought it was going to zag, and then that zag kind of zigged again, and it kind of took you in this place that you didn't really expect it to go. And then there's a revelation that takes it in a kind of different way as well. So I thought that it really, the tension was really well done, and I think that's a lot of it's owed to the way it was shot and the cinematography. I thought the tension was phenomenal in this, and then it just built and built and built, and I was just along for the ride, just seeing where it goes, and I wasn't even really trying to guess what was going to happen next, because I was just kind of like glued to what was going to, where it was going to go. So yeah, I mean, I was pretty invested in the way that this was unfolding. So for me, the ending did work, but there was some questions after the fact. I mean, we can't really talk about them because it's spoiler territory, but there are some questions after the fact that, why did this happen, or what was their motive here, or whatever. So there's definitely some questions, and I really like that about a movie, that it has a satisfying ending, whether or not you thought it was satisfying. But then when you kind of unravel the past of the decision that happened at the end, like, how does that affect the decisions that happened prior to that? And I thought all of that stuff was pretty interesting. Do you guys have any other thoughts on the end before we head to the verdict, or cinematography, or anything like that? Music, we didn't really talk about the music. I thought the score was great.
My one big thing with the score is there were times, one time, where I wasn't entirely certain whether the score was for us or for the character.
That's kind of interesting, though, actually, I'd say.
Because, I thought it was going to be an ongoing thing, and it was really going to drive me nuts, but it really was just at one point, because the character did seem to react to the score. And I wasn't entirely certain whether they were hearing it or not.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't really think of that, but I guess you're right, because I think I know what you're talking about. So, yeah. How about Raven Shadow MZ? Anything else? No. All right.
I thought the
go ahead.
I thought the sound editing was really good.
Yeah.
And as far as the score goes, I thought the score was pretty good too. And I got to agree with Aries on this, that I felt that it was, or at least some of it, not all of it, but some of it was geared towards more the character rather than towards the viewer. There's one scene that comes into my mind in which the score almost plays an outright role in the film itself. And it kind of creeped me out a little bit. I'm not going to say when that is, but it's. I think it was like the first big scare in the movie, an effective one too. I didn't see it coming, but it worked, and kudos for that decision.
All right. Let's do the verdict then.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it is verdict time. We're going to let you know whether the Night House is a trick or a treat, and any final thoughts we may have, starting with Monster Zero.
The lead actress, whose name escapes me, and it shouldn't because I had my phone in my hand.
Rebecca Hall.
I think she put in a fantastic performance here. She did everything that I think I or anybody would have done in every regard, from dealing with that parent at the school, to dealing with the loss of her husband, to just going to have drinks with a friend of hers. It just felt like everything she did was natural and organic and real. And therefore, because of that, you can relate to her a whole lot more. Maybe not 100% in terms of what she's dealt with in her life, but the way she handles her problems is one that I think we can all relate to in one form or another. I thought the ambiance in the house had a very I don't want to say uneven, but offbeat tone. The scares also had somewhat of an offbeat tone. Just when you think, because there's a certain pacing in which horror films have scares, and this one is just a little bit right of center with that, and that works even more because you don't expect that. You expect it to go through the natural paces that a ghost story would, but this one's off to right of center, and so it's fresh. We haven't seen, we rarely get to see that, so that works. The score was good. The performances by everybody was fine, and it was an interesting story as well. It kept me on the edge of my toes, on my edge of my seat, on my seat, on my toes, whatever. I
You were
was here.
standing
And I
on
was
your seat, on the edge of your toes.
I was standing on my toes. I was standing on the edge of my toes, sitting in my seat on the edge, and it worked. This is a very, very good movie with very good performances and good scares. This is a recommend, high recommend. This is a big treat for me.
All right. It was a treat for MZ. Now let's go to Aries.
Yeah, there was a lot of good going on in this movie. The bar scene in particular, where she was answering questions, difficult questions that were being thrown to her. That scene in particular is really what kind of resonated with me, and as to why I went off on my tangent as to what I've dealt with at my own job, because one of the more difficult things that I dealt with at my job, immediately after work, I went to a bar and I had a conversation with people, and I did, while I was dealing with my own problems with what happened, I was fucking with people. I was screwing with them. I was joking with them, to help me get through what I was dealing with. So that resonated with me. I could 100% see where she was coming from. Like that scene seemed very genuine to me. And that is what locked this movie in for me, because of how she portrayed that. Like that. I don't want to say it's because of what I went through, and with what she went through. I don't. I'm sorry. I am having difficulty expressing. Uh, Emotions getting in the way of words sometimes. Because of that scene, this movie just kind of locked in a point with me. But the story with this movie was a little lackluster. Because I felt they've the character development was great. The acting was superb. The scares, they weren't jump scares. They built tension, and you could feel the goosebumps raise on your skin as you were watching them, and that is 100 times better than a jump scare. And for that, this movie is great. But the story is lackluster with me. As I said, the story didn't need to happen. If you pay attention to the story, it didn't. They didn't explain why this story happened, and for that, it takes a little bit away from me. But watch this movie. There is so much good in this movie. The story kind of flip flops, and I mean, not in a bad way, but keeps you guessing throughout the whole thing. And even someone that can guess movies, you'll guess wrong. I guarantee it. You'll guess wrong as to where this movie is going. So watch this movie. This movie is a treat.
All right. Let's hear from Michael Ravenshadow.
Yeah, man. It's easy to say. Like I agree with a lot what's been said already. And one taking it back to cinematography, I thought there was an amazing sequence, not only in the overall movie, but the denouement and walking downstairs scene was done really well. I just liked how that shit was shot. How a couple of characters converged to one event that was happening. And truly, there was a great cast here. What the Fox Searchlight Pictures? I didn't expect that, but it was done really well. Definitely kept you guessing. Some great moments, great lead actress, and a very interesting story. I think it kind of flipped the script on your standard haunted house, or I'm saying haunted house, even though it's not really the case.
Sure, ghost story.
A ghost story type, flair or flair. Woo.
Ghost story with flair.
Woo. But it kept you guessing, and I liked a lot of that. You could do armchair director and say, well, this isn't the ending that I wanted. Well, motherfucker, make your own ghost story movie and get the direct. But it wasn't the ending that I was expecting. But it's still not the fault of the movie. I would still think this is worth a watch. It's a great, it's getting colder out there. Nice, gloomy Sunday day. Throw this on. It could be pretty dope. Yeah, I am very interested in what he does with the Hellraiser franchise. Can't do any worse, right?
Well, that's for sure, yeah.
I mean, you probably could, but you go out of your way for that. So overall, like I said, there's a lot to dig in this, man. There's a lot to dig on. So I don't think this is perfect. And I was on the fence between tepid or regular treat, but I really enjoyed this conversation. Well, I didn't enjoy this.
But
conversation at all.
your friend swayed your opinion.
No, I didn't. I'm gonna text Double D and Corn. No, Double D and Rocky, because Coney's been a little suspect lately too.
Wow.
No.
Coney's been kind of agreeing with me.
That's true.
Drinking heavily. I love Corny. No, and it's still a treat, man. Treat. Yeah.
All right. So let's see. For me, it's probably obvious based on what I was saying, but I thought this was a great movie, and I appreciate, so there, we talk about how it's difficult. It can be difficult to make an original film, right? Like almost everything has been done before. But what you need to do is you need to play within the kind of field of what has been done before. And there are ways to subvert expectations, or there are ways to turn things on their head a little bit to make them feel new and fresh and dare I say, original. And I think David Bruckner achieved that, in excess. I think that he was able to take a fairly straightforward ghost story and really kind of turn it on its head a little bit and make it so that you're kept guessing, but you have a lot of the cinematic shorthand that is built into these type of films. And I think that he leaned into that perfectly. And there is a lot to like about this movie. In terms of first the performance. I mean, Rebecca Hall fucking killed it. And as I mentioned earlier, like this movie hinges on her performance. If it was middling or not good, this movie would have fallen flat on its face. But she destroyed this role, and that really sold how effective this was based on her performance alone. So that alone, her performance was great. The direction was great. I thought the script was great. What you guys had talked about with how real this felt, that's the script, man. And also her delivery. Obviously the acting needs to be on par, but the script is where it begins, and this script is exceptionally well written, and it nails everything. And those scenes that we called out, the school scene with the mom and the bar scene that Aries had called out, that was another one that we didn't even discuss really, but that was a standout scene as well. And those are going to be two memorable scenes for me. And based, on a year where we do mostly horror, like those two scenes of them just sitting around talking are going to be standouts for me, as opposed to like a huge kill or a gory scene or a big scare. Like these are right up there with that because of how effective they were. So yeah, no, there's a lot to like about this, and there's a lot that I wish we could talk about, but it's super spoiler territory. But there was also a lot of depth to this. I liked some of the stuff with the bookstore and where that was heading, and the labyrinth. I'll just say that, like there was like a lot of little touches here that really made this feel like they knew what the fuck they were doing. And they did. This is a huge treat for me. I really love the Night House, and it is definitely not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I'll say that. This is definitely more on the slow burn tip than not. But I still feel that it is just like drenched in tension and ambience that I feel like a lot of folks that don't typically like a slow burn or a slow building movie might otherwise feel differently because of that. So yeah, definitely check out The Night House. It is available on VOD. And I can't wait to see what he's going to do with fucking Hellraiser. Like, I mean, if he could add the kind of depth that is in this into a Hellraiser movie, that could be a game changer, right? So yeah, fucking awesome, man. Like, great job to everyone involved. And this is a hell of a film. I wholeheartedly recommend The Night House. So give it a look. All right, so that is going to wrap up our discussion of The Night House. And we're going to lead into next week. Next week, it is going to be a Patreon takeover. And that Patreon takeover is going to be taken over by our good friend Evil Corny.
Yes.
Evil Corny had the first Patreon takeover, and he's coming back for the sequel. Raven Shadow, you ready?
Coming out swinging.
And
you applaud now. I guarantee you're going to regret that.
We do have to watch two movies. Raven Shadow.
Why?
Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Just say the movies, please.
You are you sure you want to know the movies, MZ?
Aha!
We're gonna
Yeah.
know later, aren't we?
I hope you're ready for two Marvel movies, my friend. Because next week,
I'm
just kidding. Corny wanted me to fuck with you, MZ, because he knows how you feel about those. I
got a little excited.
I know, that's why I didn't follow through with it, because I didn't want to name movies and have Aries flip out and then pull the rug out from underneath you and say, nope, we're not doing those.
Damn it! I got a half a chubby here. Marvel movies. Damn it!
MZ, would you watch them if Corny picked them?
I would have to.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Corny.
All right. So no, he picked them, and let me just make sure. Yeah. So this is available now. First up, we're going to be doing a film called The Spine of Night. This is an animated fantasy horror. It's an ultra-violent epic fantasy set in a land of magic, and it follows heroes from a different era and cultures battling against a malevolent force. Raven Shadow.
Yeah, I'm with that. Malevolent force, cultures. Yeah.
Oh my God. So this looks really cool, and it features the voice work of Richard E. Grant, Lucy Lawless, Patton Oswalt, Betty Gabriel, and Joe Manganiello.
Oh,
sold.
Say Peter Gabriel?
Betty Gabriel.
No.
It's Peter's mother. It's okay.
Is that not as cool?
No, but it'd be nice to get Peter Gabriel. You know, is he not with us anymore?
He's with us. But it also has Larry Fessenden. Larry as well. He's not on the poster, but Larry. So we're going to do The Spine of Night. It is available to on VOD, so you can check this out on VOD. It's an animated horror fantasy called The Spine of Night. And then also, Corny chose another epic, a very well-known historical fantasy Raven Shadow called The Green Knight.
Oh, fliggity-doo-doo, Coney.
What is that?
I'm excited.
You are? You're excited about The Green Knight?
I'm a student of Arthurian legend. I'm fucking very much, Sir Gawain. I know all that shit.
You are?
I am.
I don't believe that.
What is the Green Knight about?
Knight who wears green armor and fucking runs amok.
There you go. That's it. That's the movie. Knight that wears green armor and runs amok.
Prosecution rests.
Yep. It is a fantasy retelling of the medieval story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Huh?
I fucking knew that. I tell you, I said Sir Gawain before you said it.
It's Gawain. But okay, Raven Shadow. We'll give you credit.
I have a new
So
I'm not giving him any credit.
So we're doing those next week. You guys, 2 movies. One of them is 2 hours and 10 minutes. Raven Shadow, how you feel about Courtney now, knowing that?
Back to you next week, Courtney.
That wasn't legible.
No, it wasn't.
I was whispering to him. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you next week, Courtney.
After you see the movies? If you watch the movies, that is.
I'll pretty much watch the movies.
All right. So, that's next week. Patreon Takeover. Corny. We'll see what happens. Should be a fun time. Oh, and Corny says Spinal Night is supposed to be on Shudder tomorrow. So, even better. Even better. So, all right. We do have a couple of voice messages. Let me just double check and make sure we didn't get any new ones in the last several minutes. Nope. We just got the 2. So let's check in first with First Time Mike.
What's up, Trick or Treat family? This is First Time Mike. How's everybody doing? Want to talk to you guys about my review of VHS 94. October is coming down to the wire quickly, and I have not watched as much horror as I'd like to this month, but what I have watched has been pretty good. So let's see what I liked about this anthology movie, which was kind of unexpected. Storm Drain, the first one. It's I like the interesting cryptid idea. The main reporter was kind of a cliche, but cliches can be fun when they're done right. I did like the creature design of this one, and one thing that I will always enjoy is First Time Mike enjoys a good fake newscast. In whatever low budget, high budget movies, I enjoy that immensely in a movie. So that was not bad. The Empty Wake. This one was kind of my one of it, because as soon as I saw the setup, I could kind of see what I predicted what happened. It pretty much went almost the way I thought of it. I've seen this story done better several different ways, and some of the movies I'm thinking of, I don't want to give away because you'll give away some of the plot of it. Some of the visuals were nice. I did like the creature at the end. But for all in all, this was the one that I kind of didn't really care for. Although I thought that the lady that was the actress in it did pretty well. The subject, this was my favorite one. And it's our boy Timo, and he did really great again. I thought it had a great like dark anime feel from like the 80s, like stuff like early Bubblegum Crisis with their robots that looked human but would just their flesh would slow away and they would turn into robotic monstrosities. And I just got that. This is probably it has had a great like dark anime vibe to it that I really liked. But there was some humanity to it, and the first shot where we see this the professor character in the trailer is like, that dude looks like Corando.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is, but it looks like Corando. But this was fun. It kept me interested. The visuals were great. I like the action. This was my favorite one of the movie. Terror, the right wing bunch of jerks, and have some supernatural way to wreak havoc. And I like a lot of people. I find these people to be reprehensible assholes, and I enjoy their comeuppance. It went a little bit long, and some of the funny shtick, they're buffoons. Let's see, they're buffoons, but once the blood started going, and that's what I was looking for. People got what they deserve, and the terror was pretty good too. As for the wraparound, sometimes not the best. It was I thought, I've seen the SWAT teams do in other movies, or the strange things happening when you burst into a crime scene. We've seen that before. More interesting is I like the concept in the VHS movies, and this one is no exception, of how each one has it where the video cassette is itself a creator of horror, very much like Lovecraftian, where knowledge, or the book knowledge, or deciphering the words on a statue or something can lead to madness. And I like how each anthology has it where just the fact that you're watching these videos can pretty much warp or make your life a lot more hellish by inviting some evil into the world. And I find that little touch of cosmic horror to be a nice little frosting on the anthology. That's my review of VHS 94. I'm sorry to keep you up late, Monster Zero. I apologize. But go get some sleep after the show, dude. All you guys, have a happy Halloween. Wishing everybody the best. And looking forward to maybe November and December being, more fun. Less busy. Probably more horror movies than I have watched in October. So this is first time Mike saying goodbye and good night.
All right, first time Mike. We appreciate your thoughts on VHS 94. And there you go. Yeah, I think I don't know if we all agreed on VHS 94, but it seems like first time Mike was pretty much in line with the consensus of the show. So not all of us, but most of us. All right, first time Mike, good to hear from you, my friend. Have a great happy Halloween to you as well. All right, we'll go one more voice message. This is the United States of Raven Shadow.
Yeah.
That's what it says. Did you send this in, Raven Shadow?
Yes.
I'm very nervous.
Greetings, Trick or Treat Radio.
Yes.
Hey, I want to chime in on if it's anyone that has killed someone at work, it's probably MZ, because that guy never smiles. He's always like super serious. I'm kidding, guys. This is a joke. Hey, I was watching this horror movie, right? I just picked it up on Blu-ray. Synapse just released the special limited edition of Demons 1 and 2. And I just watched Demons 1 and it's fucking insanity. I don't know where I've been, but this movie's fucking nuts, bro. Like, it's produced by Dario Argento. I'm sure you guys already seen it, right? God damn, and the movie looks fucking beautiful, dude, in 4K. It's just insanity, bro. It's fucking crazy. Oh my lord! From start to finish, man, it's fucking just balls to the walls. Fucking crazy shit's happening, bro. You know what I'm saying? God damn! I don't. Fuck these Italian horror movies. I'm telling you right now, dude. They just don't give a shit. They do not give a shit. They will fucking do anything. It's so fun, dude. I'll see you guys on Discord. Bye.
Yeah. Oh shit. MZ, I know you're intimately familiar with Demons 1 and 2. You want to speak about them a little bit?
Oh, sure. Yeah, Demons is just flat out nuts. Great with Urbano Barberini, and of course my friend Jaretta, and it's just a great movie. The fact that some people who are horror fans still have not seen it just astounds me. It's got a kick-ass soundtrack. It's got a great premise. I love the movie that they played during the movie. I would love to see a full feature on that. A little late though, but what the hell? The performances are fun. What's her name? Nicoletta Elmy, who plays the ticket taker at the theater. She's the one in the green dress with the long red hair.
Yep.
She was in. She's the redheaded girl in the movie Deep Red. Dario Argento's Deep Red. She's the one who made the drawing and stood by a little salamander with a pin shoved right through its body. That's her, Nicoletta Elmy. Was just a great kick-ass flick, gory as hell, exciting to watch. And of course, it has Michele Soave in it as well.
Oh yeah.
Demons 2 is not as good as the first one, but it is a fucking blast to watch. Let's see who's the one that stars it. She's the head demon. That's Coralina Cataldi Tassoni, I think her name is.
Mm-hmm.
And she plays like the lead demon in the movie, and she's just got a great look about her and everything. And Nancy Brilli is in it, who also starred in Dario Argento's film in 1986, Body Count. So if you haven't seen Body Count, check that out. It has David Hess, Charles Napier, Mimsy Farmer. But the gore does not relax in part 2. It's just a fucking blast to watch. Check them out.
You know, I realized as MZ was talking about that, MZ is like a wind-up horror toy. You just wind him up and just let him fucking go. Like, if it's horror, he could just talk. Yeah.
Just pull the string, let it go.
Let it go. You could talk for literal hours about fucking horror. It's fucking awesome.
Literally, I was thinking the exact same thing where, like, he was, like, falling asleep, in, like, Demons 1 and 2.
Right. Exactly. Like, yeah, we went from Marvel to Demons in, like, 3 minutes.
And he's like, furthermore, and another thing, because
he's like, all right, if you guys want, I can talk about it until the show on Saturday night. We can just keep talking about demons.
He's gonna filibuster his unmade plots.
Hey, I'm all in on that.
Boy,
have you guys now, Wolfie? I know you've seen Demons. Aries, Raven Shadow. Have you guys seen Demons?
Nope.
No, you're missing out. You are
the
missing
party.
out.
Angela throws the party, right? Right.
That is part 2. There's a party in part 2. The first one takes place at a movie theater.
Yeah, Demons one's my favorite.
Really?
See, they're Italian, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's why.
But it's English. But it's English speak. There's no Italian in it. It's all English.
But they're Italians in it, so that's why it's bad.
Wow.
See what he's doing?
Wow.
Wow.
Well.
What am I doing? Am I pointing out the obvious?
No, I think you're being rude.
I'm not being rude.
You're being outrageous.
Show me good horror with some Irish in it, then I'm all aboard. But
grab us. Right, Raven Shadow?
Yeah. Yeah, Boondock Saints 2. There's a fucking horror movie for you.
Still booning.
Still booning. All right, so that's it for voice messages, and I think that's it for the show. I think that's it. So Saturday, October 30th, Devil's Night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be doing a live extra special Halloween special, as we do every year, but we're going to do it live again this year. So still have some stuff in the works to see what we're going to do, but hopefully it should be a little bit different than our normal show, and hopefully there'll be a little bit more interactivity. So keep an eye out on Discord, and if you're not already a part of the Discord, just join it by basically anywhere you listen to the show, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on the website, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, any of that stuff. The link for the Discord is in the show notes. So just find that, click it, and join the Discord. Get on in. Evil Corny says, I'm 3% Irish, and I agree with Aries. There you go.
What?
What, you find that hard to believe?
Essentially, Corny's saying, fuck the Italians.
That's not what Corny's saying.
I believe that's what he's saying. I will speak for Corny.
Don't speak for
All right, so that's going to do it. Why don't we go around the room and say our goodbyes, starting with Monster Zero.
Arrivederci, douchebags. And happy Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Aries.
Farewell.
Raven Shadow.
Live fast, love hard, survive.
All right, well, that's the thing. It's the thing he says every week.
Yeah, but he fucking mumbles.
He bumbles. He's a bumbling mumbler.
Okay. All right, fine. Live fast, love hard, fuck Aries, okay? We'll see.
Yeah, you know what? I'll accept that as long as everyone can fucking hear it.
Live fast, love hard, suck my brajol. How's that? Is that fucking...
That's mean, man.
Well, because he's coming at me, Johnny.
Yes, when you fucking mumble, I'm going to come at you.
Fine. Live fast, love hard, survive. Your mask on. How's that? Was that enunciating enough?
Just let it go. Just let it go. We'll be here. Aries, just let it go. We'll be here till 3 in the fucking morning if you keep talking to him.
And furthermore, another thing.
All right. That is going to do it. So we appreciate you guys tuning in to episode 483. Once again, make sure to come join us live for the extra special Halloween special, Saturday night, Devil's Night on 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't make it, that will be up on the podcast feed on Halloween, as we always do. We always put out an episode on Halloween. It's in our fucking name, right? Trick or Treat Radio has to have an Halloween episode. So that will be out on the podcast feed on Halloween. But you should join in live because it's going to be more fun. And if there's interactivity and you listen after the fact, you're going to regret missing the live show. So get on Discord. Come hang out with us. Join the live show. You got nothing better to do. Or maybe you do. Maybe you got a party or something fun to do as opposed to hanging out with us. But, either way, come hang out with us. It'll be fun. And also for those Patreon supporters, keep an eye out for the John Carpenter Retrospective Part 2 that I'll be dropping in the next several days. All right, well, that is going to do it. We appreciate you guys tuning in, hanging out with us, spending some time. And if we don't talk to you before then, have a happy Halloween.